you've had roof damage.
Time for Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. Rams football on WMIX and the Section 618 app is powered by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville. Also presented in part by Red Lake College, SSM Health, State Farm Agent Tony Will, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, First Mid-Bank and Trust, Munkin Toyota and Munkin Buick GMC, Crossroads Community Hospital, your Mount Vernon Culvers, Country Financial Agent Josh Finley, Pam Kirkpatrick, Caldwell Baker, Landers Collision Center, Bean Insurance, People's National Bank, Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac, RP Lumber, and Hall Insurance Group. We take you to the SSM Health broadcast booth for the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
Well, we're on the air much earlier than we anticipated, thanks to the Mount Vernon Rams' big 4-0 win over the Belleville East Lancers. Good evening from Ken Hunt Stadium from the SSM Health broadcast booth. I'm Chris Hugo. Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonan, and of course former offensive coordinator for this Ram football team, is alongside as the Rams open up against the Cahokia Comanches. It's homecoming night here from MVTHS. We'll get thoughts from Coach Greg Graves in just a moment. But here on your Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show, of course, we have to give you a few quick thoughts on this one as the 2-1 Comanches come in tonight against the 1-3 Rams. Coach, as you know, it can be tough to come back home after a loss on the road, but for the Rams, it wasn't necessarily a bad loss. A very good Carbondale team, a very young Ram team. Got to show off the offense last week. Of course, last week was a struggle in the second half. A lot of penalties, a lot of flags. Not all of those the fault. It was a crew that actually hadn't worked together before, and it was kind of patchwork, if you will. And all in all, the Rams were able to get some points on the board in the first half. Second half wasn't great for either team. But if you're the Rams, got to have a short memory. A tough Cahokia team awaits.
Very tough Cahokia team in here tonight, as they always are. The Rams, had a really, really positive first half last week, something to build off of, and then not such a great second half. So we'll see what they did in practice this week, preparing for this team and how they plan on approaching, the Cahokia Comanches, who are always a really formidable opponent. They're going to bring a lot of athleticism and a lot of speed to the game, and it'll be interesting to see how Mount Vernon plans to counter that.
Well, it certainly will. And for the Rams tonight, again, a 47-32 loss a week ago at Carbondale. We got to see the best of Evan Leake, our Ram of the Week, sponsored by Josh Finley, your Country Financial agent in Mount Vernon. See Josh Finley at Country Financial today. Evan Leake ran for, I've seen numerous different yardage totals out there. I was probably the low man on the totem pole with how I calculated mine on the fly, but over 250 yards rushing last week, 2 touchdowns running, threw for another 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards through the air. And Evan Leake proving week in and week out, senior on this team, why he's such a great leader for this group.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a great athlete, great football player. Whatever Evan does, he does a pretty good job at it. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be football. He's a good basketball player, just a good athlete. They're going to have to lean on him tonight again. But what would really be nice is if the Rams can show some balance in their attack. It's really, really hard having one guy dominating the stat category, week in and week out, because teams can key on you. They can load up on one guy. It'd be really nice to get some balance, get a couple other guys in the mix tonight, so Cahokia just can't tee off on one guy and make the Rams a little more multifaceted offensively.
Of course, we'll get some thoughts from Rams football coach Greg Graves coming up here on this Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show. In fact, we'll sneak out for that right now on your Landers Collision Center's pregame. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Where's your playground?
This is where it's at.
The end of the road is where the real fun begins during the Jeep celebration event at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois.
Oh, and the adventure begins again.
Adventure's never out of reach. Make memories with every mud pit and rocky terrain. Earn that post-trip car wash.
Jeep hair, don't care.
Let's start your new Jeep life at Holzhauer's Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois. Where's your playground? When you have a new Jeep, it's anywhere you want.
Hey, sports fans, it's your local State Farm agent, Tony Will. As an athlete, if you want to be successful on the field, on the court, or on the diamond, it takes a good plan, a team working together, and a good coach. At State Farm, we believe in that same approach. Protecting your family from everyday risk doesn't just happen. If your insurance plan isn't working, or if you're going at it alone, let me introduce you to my team. We want to be your coach and get a strategy that works for you. Find me online, stop by my office, or just look for the Jeep. I'll be glad to help.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports.
Welcome back to your Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show on AM 940 and 96.5 FM, as well as the Section 618 app. Jake Linder had the privilege to sit down with Mount Vernon Rams football coach Greg Graves this past Monday night on Rams in Review. It aired at 6 o'clock right here on WMIX and the Section 618 app. They talked everything there was to talk about, including the weather delay. Nobody expected that, but man, it sure played into last week's game against Carbondale. They talked about the explosive offense from both teams, as well as the health coming into tonight. A Comanche team that's going to have lesser numbers right now in 2021. Could that be a factor? They also talked keys to the game. Here it is, Jake Linder, Greg Graves.
Coach, thank you so much for giving us some time as always.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So a South 7 conference matchup, of course. You guys fall on Saturday to Carbondale 47-32. Lots of extra factors in this game. I mean, we get down there on a Friday. We were in the car longer than we were at the field on Friday night. Whenever the rain comes through, I'm sure it was the same for you guys. Just a longer drive than what you actually did whenever you got to the field.
Yes, it was definitely a tough one. The weather was showing like it was going to open up for us. As soon as we got there, the AD was like, it's lightning, got to stay inside. And then it just took off. It just kept popping up. And it's like, man, we was ready to go. So, of course, you can't do anything when it's consistently lightning. So we had to come back around and try to get it next day.
Yeah, and then you push it, at the time they kept pushing it back, and people are saying they're going to try and get as much as they can in between the storms and the cells and everything like that. And then, if we end up having to delay and then start back up and then delay, that's basically what they were going to do. And then basically everybody was like, you know what, might be better off if we just move it to Saturday, which I think was the ultimate, probably the best decision, because then you get a full day of, drier or sunshine and some wind to kind of dry things out, even though they do have the turf field. But whatever, it's safer for everybody with no lightning that way. That was the main concern for everybody. The unfortunate thing is, Coach, for you, you guys did really well. I feel like, with the first half, and you mentioned, I think before we came on the air, something about, how good their special teams were, and that's something that we saw kind of kept them in the game. But an unfortunate thing for you guys was how tightly called the game was in the second half. Coach, kind of walk us through the game outside of that, where you felt like you could have been when the clock hit 0 at the fourth quarter.
Oh, I mean, our offense was just rolling. I mean, unfortunately, their offense was rolling too. That first half, it seemed like either defense wasn't working at all the first half. And so, constantly making adjustments. And, the second half, they didn't score any offensive touchdowns at all. They scored one touchdown on special team the second half, and that was it. But our offense just kept rolling. It just kept rolling. There's a lot of positive. I'm definitely proud of the way the boys was working. And, we had some unfortunate injuries happen this week to where some of our guys was out this week on the line. But, we'll get those guys back this week and next week. And so just like every other team, you shorten season like this, it just pops up. The injuries tend to happen a lot more consistently.
And, we talk about, the penalties and everything like that. We've seen some games in the past for Carbondale where they had penalties on their side, some unsportsmanlike things and some unfortunate deal for, for the Rams. Now, you said that it was kind of one of them deals where your defense probably could have played a little better, and maybe those don't become such a big deal, the penalty calls in the second half.
Right. You hit that right on the dot. That was, the first half, calls was pretty good. It was other things was rolling, and so the defense just had a hard time stopping runs up the middle, stopping big plays down the field. And so it's just those little things that are there that we have to do better at to make a difference, and help out our offense. Because if we get at least one or two stops that first half, the game is different.
Now, 32 points for you all, if memory serves, other than your win on the year. That's the highest point total for you, I think?
Yes.
So talk about your offense. There's got to be some positives there that you can look to take into next week. You got your upcoming game this Friday night, which you can listen on WMIX, of course, against Cahokia. What are some positive offensively that you can take from the Carbondale game into the game against Cahokia on Friday?
Oh, we had brought up a JV player, sophomore, Jakari Varde, that came in and scored 2 touchdowns. First time playing varsity, and he stepped up quick, real quick. Matter of fact, I believe he scored, if not the first or second touchdown in the game, and really was, it was really good for us. And it was good for him to see what he could do. And I really think that's going to motivate and push him. There's just so many sophomores that we have on this team and freshmen that are stepping up every week. And it's really just exciting to see that and see them get that varsity reps this year. It's really going to help them out for the next season.
We talked a lot, at the start of the year about your young talent and, how excited you were whenever we first talked to you about, being able to take over and what you had upcoming and, things, a way to build a culture is what we kept talking about. Not the same Mount Vernon team you always have. And I feel like around the South 7 people know that now. I know that there's some other broadcasters from other conferences and other teams in our network that have said, they look pretty good. They look like they're on the right path to kind of turning things over, which has got to be good to hear. But you got to turn things up and you got to get yourselves ready for Cahokia. Traditionally good, and from what I understand, not much different this year. They took down Centralia last week, put up a 50-burger against the Orphans, only gave up 7 points for them. So they're kind of rolling along. I believe their only loss is maybe to Marion, if I remember correctly. So what are we looking at heading into your matchup against the Cahokia Comanches?
You're looking at a very small team, but those boys play hard and they play fast. I just believe that sometimes some people hear Cahokia and they get scared without even getting a chance to get on the field and play them. And that's something that I've noticed with, this generation of young guys. That sometimes they beat themselves before they get out on the field and not really giving themselves a chance. And so, they're smaller numbers, and so we have to utilize that and figure out how can we work them, how can we outsmart them and wear them out to where they're going to have to play all 20, because I guarantee you all 20 of those kids aren't playing. And so, we have to take that to our advantage and making sure that we're keeping our guys fresh and that we play hard. But they're definitely a tough team. I don't know if teams are overlooking them or they're just scared to play them or what, but those guys, Coach Clay over there is doing a great job with the small numbers that he has. And so we definitely have to respect that.
What would you call, keys to the game against Cahokia? You kind of mentioned it, they have lesser numbers, so you got to look to exploit that. Something we saw Marion do, they got line changes for days, it seemed like, for the Wildcats. Oh, yeah. So, you guys are going to look to maybe exploit their lower numbers. Maybe that's one key, but what's a couple other major keys for you guys with all the games that you've played heading into this one against Cahokia?
Be physical. We're going to have to be physical and put pressure on them quick. Make them make decisions real fast and not give them all the time in the world. Make them run all over the place. I don't want to give them any rest period at all. So just want to wear them out as quick as possible, because I know how it is when you have, a few numbers like that and the majority of your guys playing both sides. I mean, you can go hard for a little bit, but as time goes on, as you go faster, you're going to wear them out. And that was something that, I would see the Oregon Ducks would do back in the days where they would run that no-tempo offense, and they would just wear teams out. And so that's something that we'll have to do and really make sure we're being physical up front. I know they like to run the ball a lot, so to make sure, that we're filling our gaps and hitting hard and match their power and their speed right along with them.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Always an optimist. Greg Graves, Mount Vernon Rams football coach. He appeared on the Rams in Review with Jake Linder this past Monday night. They'll do it again Monday night right here on AM 940 and 96.5 FM. Of course, that will be after Rams baseball. on Monday. Landers Towing and Collision Centers, their techs are iCar Gold Class certified. Read about what that means at landersauto.com. And remember that big or small, Landers fixes them all. We'll have your Hall Insurance Group starting lineups, as well as your Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game straight ahead. This is Rams Football from WMIX Sports and the Section 6.
Contractors, carpenters, roofers, and remodelers. When you're a pro, you gotta hustle. And your local RP Lumber is here to help. Don't let getting your hands on building materials be the thing that keeps you from landing that next big job. With our industry-leading best service, best value promise, RP Lumber is more than just lumber. We're drywall, we're decking, we're shingles and paint. We have the hardware, tools, and building materials to help you knock out one project after another. Need it delivered? We do that right to your job site. Find your nearest location at rplumber.com. RP Lumber, we keep you building.
The Digestive Health Team at Crossroads Specialty Clinic is dedicated to providing, diagnosing, and treating digestive diseases. If you have abdominal pain, bloating, or burning in your stomach, schedule an appointment right away, and our team will diagnose and treat your digestive health concerns, from heartburn and acid reflux to colon health and weight loss surgery. Digestive Health Team is here to care for you. Schedule today with Crossroads Digestive Health Team by calling 318-532-6337.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXsports.com. Powered by Rinley College.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXsports.com, as well as your Section 618 app tonight. We're in the SSM Health broadcast booth from Ken Hunt Stadium. Home sweet homecoming tonight for Vernon Rams Football, as well as the student body here at MVTHS. I'm Chris Hugo, Jeff Londen alongside. Zach Mattmiller takes care of the camera. Brock Myers back at the Vernon studio here tonight. The Cahokia Comanches are 2-1. Why are they 2-1 and not 3-1 or 2-2? They did not have a Week 1 game. They only were able to get conference games on the schedule this year, and in a year unlike any other. It's been crazy for everybody. But, Jeff, I think the craziest thing is the numbers battle everybody's fighting. It's been a numbers game for so many years. This has only made it worse, and you have teams canceling games. Underclass canceling that Mount Vernon had to do. They had to cancel the rest of their JV season. That's been a thing for a few years now.
It's tough, and as somebody who coached back in the day when you had 100 on the team, it's somewhat heartbreaking that we're fighting this problem right now. But some of it is a COVID issue for sure, and I do believe that numbers will be better next year and in subsequent years after that.
We'll get more thoughts in a moment on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Right now, we honor America. This is Rams Football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Do you have a minor illness or injury? Get quick care at SSM Health Express Clinics. With locations in Centralia and Mount Vernon, they offer quality medical care that works with your schedule. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7, and Sunday, 8 to 2. The Express Clinic in Mount Vernon and the Primary Care in Centralia are COVID-19 drive-through testing centers. To schedule an appointment, visit ssmhealth.com/quickcare.
Everyone is talking about the future these days. I'm Country Financial Representative Josh Finley. Let's work together so you own your future. All you need is the right plan to get you started, the kind of plan that will take into account all the things in life that matter most. I can work with you to put the pieces in place to help secure a comfortable tomorrow. No matter what stage of life you're in, now is the time to start developing a plan to own your future. Call 242-4024 or online at josh.finley@countryfinancial.com.
Find out what Wren Lake College could do for your future. Drop by RLC Showcase April 22nd in Mount Vernon. Representatives from the college will showcase programs that lead to high-paying jobs in the industries with a ton of demand for workers. Meet with their Skills Center staff to earn your GED, write a great resume, and plan a career. Tackle scholarships and financial aid. Learn about kids' summer camps, apprenticeships, childcare, and transportation. 1 to 8 p.m. April 22nd at the Roland Lewis Building in Mount Vernon. Visit rlc.edu/outreach for more information.
Do you have a check that needs deposited and don't want to make a trip to the bank? With free mobile deposit at People's National Bank, just snap a picture of the check with your smartphone and deposit it into your account anytime, from anywhere, all with PNB To Go mobile banking. Deposits are as easy as tap, snap, and deposit. Plus, it's free. Download the PNB To Go mobile banking app today to get started. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC. Wireless or service fees may apply.
You ready for some football?
Let's play some football. Back to the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams Football from WMIX Sports.
Back on your Landers Towing and Collision Centers pregame show. They're iCar Gold Class certified at Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Read more about what that means at LandersAuto.com. Chris Hugo, Jeff Lawton alongside Coach before the break and before the national anthem. We're talking about the numbers game right now. We're talking about how some schools for the past few years have been canceling their JV seasons about halfway through. Some may not even have them, but now we're seeing varsity programs not finish the season or a COVID strike. And you know, that teams are actually, Carterville is a prime example that lost a game for this week and found one this morning.
And it's nobody's fault. It really isn't, because, you know, you're never going to have football and baseball in direct conflict with each other. You know, I mean, that's nobody's fault. I mean, the kids, because of this COVID thing and because, you know, these seasons got pushed, you know, into the spring and we're all trying to just cram them all in together, you know, we have to split our athletes up. And because of that, everybody suffers numbers-wise a little bit. So we got to take all this with a grain of salt. You know, we really do. The main thing is the kids are getting to play. And I think a lot of times we need to quit scoreboard watching so much and just be thankful that, you know, we got what we got, because there was a period of time there, Chris, where I wasn't sure we were going to play any sports at all for the entire school year. And when they did turn them loose, no, it wasn't perfect, and I know, you know, there's been a lot of complaining, and well, we should have started back in January. We should have done this. But we didn't, and that nothing can be done about that. But the bottom line is we're sharing athletes right now across the board with each other, and I think because of that, you know, that's somewhat of an issue with the numbers problem as well, and something I didn't say before the anthem, but. You go back hopefully next year to a regular, you know, IHSA sports season for everybody, where everything's kind of separated out a little bit more, and I can't help but think that helps the numbers, you know, across the board, you know, especially here in football.
Well, absolutely, and you know, you talk about a normal 9-game season next year and some of the more flexibility to be able to schedule games, but officials are in short supply as well, and that's been a huge problem.
Terrible problem. It's been a problem with baseball. It's been a problem with football. It's a problem with volleyball. It's a problem. It's again, I just keep saying across the board, it's a problem. These guys can only work so much, and there's only so many of them to go around. And I'll be quite honest with you. You know, I know myself and some coaches who've been in this a while have been really concerned about the lack of young people coming into the profession of officiating. You know, it's not been exactly a growing profession. It's a hard job. You know, the money probably isn't worth what sometimes you have to deal with as an official. We need to be thankful for the ones we have. We've got 5 here tonight, and I'm thankful we got 5. Because there's probably somewhere across the state tonight where they've only probably got 2 or 3 because they couldn't find 5. So yeah, it's just weird times, man. And like I say, I think at the baseline of all this, we need to just go back and say we're getting to play. The kids are out on the field doing what they want to do. Let's just keep that in mind and make that first and foremost on the level of importance right now. And then next year, let's see if we can get back to just a regular year where everything's spaced out. We get regular seasons. You know, we're playing 9 games in football with a playoff series, and we're playing 28 or 30 in basketball with a playoff series, and baseball and softball and volleyball and all. You know, I could go on and on. Mount Vernon offers a ton of sports. Soccer's going on, tennis. But you know, let's just keep our heads up and be glad here that we're getting to play.
Absolutely right.
You probably want my keys to the game now.
Not yet. We have one more break to take. We'll go ahead and take our last pregame break on this Landers Towing and Collision Centers pregame show. Then it'll be the Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game time, because I want to give ample opportunity for that. It's the Rams and Comanches coming up at the top of the hour, but first a quick break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, your ICAR Gold Class collision repair professionals. So what exactly does ICAR certified mean? It means that after an accident, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle is in good hands. It means we'll do a complete diagnostic scan on vehicles before the repairs are started and after they're completed to ensure that all electrical equipment and components are working properly. And it means that your vehicle will be repaired using state-of-the-art measuring technology that gets us within 1 millimeter of the vehicle manufacturer's recommended specifications. Whether your vehicle is made of 6000 series aluminum alloy or ultra high-strength steel structures, we have the latest technology to complete the repairs required. And now, you can receive a repair estimate from us without ever leaving the comfort of your home and office. Just ask us about our new mobile app. Let us show you why Landers is the most qualified collision repair experts in the area. Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Just give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Find out what Wren Lake College could do for your future. Drop by RLC Showcase April 22nd in Mount Vernon. Representatives from the college will showcase programs that lead to high-paying jobs in industries with a ton of demand for workers. Meet with their Skills Center staff to earn your GED, write a great resume, and plan a career. Tackle scholarships and financial aid. Learn about kids' summer camps, apprenticeships, childcare, and transportation. 1 to 8 p.m. April 22nd at the Roland Lewis Building in Mount Vernon. Visit rlc.edu/outreach for more information.
Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon has a sporty, comfy Camry ready for your driveway. Get $1,250 customer cash on a 2021 Toyota Camry LE, XLE, or SE Nightshade Edition. To save on gas, see the Camry Hybrids. Get $1,750 customer cash and drive away in the 2021 Camry SE for $26,793.
From my family to yours, with guaranteed satisfaction. Munkin's the one. Munkin's the one.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football. Let's go, powered by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports.
WMIX, WMIXSports.com, and the Section 618 app. Tonight is the Mount Vernon Rams welcome the Cahokia Comanches inside Ken Hunt Stadium here tonight. Finding the right collision repair facility may seem like a tough choice. See why Landers is the only choice and read actual customer reviews at LandersAuto.com. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. For the Rams to knock off the Comanches, we're going to find out what they have to do with your keys to the game. Driven by Munkin Toyota Buick GMC. Munkin Toyota committed to finding the perfect vehicle just for you. Check out the Find My Car option at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. Another reason why Munkin's the one. Coach Lonan, Rams and Comanches tonight. What are our keys to tonight's game?
Well, as with any game, the generic ones that you would say each and every week would be, your turnovers, don't turn the ball over, don't commit penalties. You can say that every week, and if you don't do that on both counts, then you're probably going to have a pretty decent chance to compete. Now, more specifically to Cahokia, you got to shorten the game, and what I mean by that is you got to move the chains. The old adage, 3 yards in the cloud of dust never was more true than probably tonight. It's very, very important, even if you don't score and you pick up 3 or 4 first downs and you get 4 or 5 minutes off that clock, that's a victory because you keep that offense off the field over there and you keep that team speed off the field. And it also preserves your defense a little bit as well when they do have to go out there and play. So, that's very important is get first downs offensively. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to throw the ball, but just be very, very conscious is that, if you throw it and it's an incomplete, that clock's going to stop, and then you're now sitting, with the same down and distance or same distance, and you've lost it down. So be very selective with your passing, throw high percentage routes, and like I say, your goal is to pick up 3 yards. And if you can do that, you're going to win a lot of football games. You're going to compete. Spread the field. It's easier to gain yards on these guys with them spread out than it is with them all bundled up, inside. And I think that's very important as well. Defensively, you got to set the edge. You cannot let them get out on the perimeter outside the hash marks. The field's too wide, with the kind of speed that they will put on the field. So your ends are very important. They're going to have to box, and they're going to have to force everything up inside, and then you got to tackle them because the window shuts very fast when they hit a hole up inside. So you got to be there and make the tackle. You can funnel everything up through that middle section of the field and not let them get to the boundaries. You have a really good chance to compete defensively. And then don't get caught on the play-action pass or the trick play. They do those things very well. So you got to make sure you're disciplined and know, don't fall for fakes, don't fall for play action, play everything honest. And if you can do those things, you've got a chance to really compete here tonight. That's really it in a nutshell. I think the whole thing too is just try not to get in a shootout or a track meet, where, like last week, the Carbondale game, the 47 to 30 something. I can't see that type of game unfolding here with us able to win the game. I think we're going to have to make sure we shorten the game, make sure we move the chains, run some clock, and as we get closer and closer to that final horn at the end of the game, give yourselves a chance. And that's kind of how I see it winding out right now, Chris.
Absolutely. Let Munkin Buick GMC show you how easy it is to buy a quality new or used car in Mount Vernon. The Munkin family believes fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Of course, Munkin's the one. Coach, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, just a case where tonight for the Rams, obviously possession time is going to be critical here against the speedy Comanches, a team that really just kind of woke up last week. Centralia a little banged up in that matchup. Comanches had a couple of close games, Marion and Carbondale to start. Blew out Centralia a week ago, and I know the Orphans were banged up, but still, it's a Comanche team, not a lot of numbers, and but still very potent what numbers they do have. It's quality over quantity.
Exactly, and I think, when you talk about Cahokia, you look at, they scored 50 points last week against Centralia, so you would tend to think, man, that's a lot of points. They must be really good on offense. But, if you look at them defensively, they've been pretty solid as well. They've not allowed a lot of points, they've been giving up a couple touchdowns a game, but I think it's very easy to overlook how good they can be defensively with the speed that they have. And like I said before, if you can get them spread out, it's kind of that exact opposite concept of being on offense. But if you can get them spread out on defense and create some holes for yourself and get those 2 or 3 or 4 yards. And then, as I said earlier, as kind of an added wrinkle to that is get some balance. Can somebody or 2 or 3 guys, give you some things other than Evan, so Evan's not being keyed on each and every play. Which, these teams watch films. They know, they know who the players are, who's going to gain the yards and who's not. And the Rams certainly have some kids that are, potentially could help here in this category. So we'll see if we can get some balance. See if we can, move the chains, avoid the penalties and turnovers, and make this a competitive game, and hopefully pull something off down there in the end of the game.
Cahokia away whites, blue trim, glossy blue helmets with a darker blue face mask, while the Rams are in their home blacks with a thick white stripe down the pant, a white sleeve on black tops with an orange collar trim, white numerics and lettering trimmed in orange on the fronts and the backs, and on the sleeves, of course, it's black trimmed in orange on the numerics. Kickoff will be fallen upon on the 35-yard line on the far side of the field outside the hash, and the Rams will have it 1st and 10 from their own 36. All right, last time we were here, you couldn't see the numbers, Coach. It was Military Appreciation Night. Great thing. Could not see the numbers whatsoever. Tonight, that's not the case.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm going to tell you, it's spring, but it feels like it's about mid-November up here with this window. I just had to shut it. It's just too much Arctic air hitting me in the face.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm like, man, I wish you
it's warm.
shut that window.
You have to climb up 40 steps to get up here, so I was hot.
Don't I know it.
And I'm not hot anymore.
The Rams will have Evan Leake starting at quarterback tonight. They'll run the pistol to start. Nesbitt is the feature back as a tailback. Leake bumps into Nesbitt. I'll gather my words in a moment as he's shaking some tackles, getting to midfield. Down to the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 15 on the ground for Evan Leak. And Leak on his first carry, some success on what looked like a broken play.
It was a broken – well, it wasn't a broken play. It's just everyone was covered. And Leak did the smart thing and pulled the ball down and ran for a really nice run of 15 yards. It actually looks like they're going to give him more like 13 yards, I guess. But still a great run and a first down, and he moved the chains, and that's exactly what we said was one of the keys of the game.
Rams will have Lash in motion with some of that speed with Plummer and Vernon on that right side. Baird on the left. The handoff, however, is going to go up the middle. This is Nesbitt trying to fight for yardage down inside the 45 to the 44. Looks like Nesbitt will get a gain of about 5 on the play thereabouts in the neighborhood. It'll be second down for the Rams. All the action driven by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports Group in Nashville, the #1 volume dealer in all of Southern Illinois. Shop their inventory online at holzhauers.com. Rams are going to load up on the right side again with Plummer, Baird, and Vernon. On the left side, Anthony Lash Jr. out of the gun for the senior quarterback, Evan Leak. Nope, they'll go pistol. Still a gun. Nesbitt is the back. We'll meet your Ram offensive line here in just a moment. Snap and a two-step drop, but Evan looks like he's going to run. Nope, throws on the run, looking for Baird. He dives out of at about the 40. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 10:44 to go. Scoreless here in the first.
Yeah, and again, a pretty good ball, just a little bit past the outstretched receiver's hands. But now you're in a 3rd and 6 situation. You were in a 2nd and 6. So it'll be interesting now whether they try to run the ball, whether you're in 2-down territory here. But again, moving those chains is very important. Kind of a bunch formation now, Chris, on the left-hand side.
Tight on the right with Plummer, and now looking to pass Leak. He's going to have to run for his life here. Escapes his man, looking toward that far sideline for number 2, Anthony Lash Jr. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down for the Rams. Clock stops at 10:38. Make that 4th down. I missed one somewhere.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see if they go for this, which it looks to me like they are going to go for it. No, they're going to punt it. He's going to get back in the. That's a smart play.
Starters tonight for the Rams. The running back is Devontae Nesbitt Jr. Wide receivers Anthony Lash Jr., Blaze Baird, Jakari Verdon, tight end Caden Plummer. More than likely a timeout, Mount Vernon. Deshaun King, Weston Riding, Everett Mathis, Bryce Derry, and Javen Jones, your offensive line. Those starters presented by Hall Insurance Group. Don't waste your time. Let Hall Insurance do the shopping for you. Go to hallinsgroup.com and get a quote fast. That's hallinsgroup.com. We'll have a timeout to preserve the penalty on 4th down. About 4th and 5 to go from the Cahokia. I had to think who the Rams were playing. The Cahokia 43-yard line, and this timeout presented by First Mid-Bank and Trust. So they take the timeout. Looked at one point, Coach, like they were going to punt. Then they got back into the pistol.
I think there was some indecision, so they just took the timeout. Pretty early in the game to be going for it in that part of the field, but stranger things have happened, and he may think that, or they may think they've got a play that can get them to 6 yards. We'll have to wait and see. But, again, 2 rushes for 19 yards, and then the 2 incomplete passes kind of killed the drive.
Quick Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. We'll get to that. Of course, we're in the midst of the First Mid-Bank and Trust timeout at the moment. You can make every step your best at First Mid-Bank and Trust, whether you're going to college, buying a home, starting a business, or planning for retirement. First Mid can help you get there. Rams baseball, big win today over the Belleville East Lancers. We'll tell you more about that one a little bit later on. They won 4-0. Marion already leads Centralia at 7-0 with 9:39 in the first as Leak looks to punt. Went off the very tip of his foot, however. Takes some Ram hops closer to the 5. Baird chases it down. Well, has to fight off Mathis, and it'll be down inside the 10.
That worked out well, didn't it?
It did. Didn't look like it was going to go that well off of the foot, but...
Well, I don't think Cahokia was convinced that the Rams were going to punt. And when Leak took the snap, he did sprint to his right. It was kind of a sprint. It was kind of like a sprint-out punt. And that caused the Cahokia deep people to kind of come up. And then Leak punted it over their head, and it worked out real well because now the Cahokia Comanches are inside the 10-yard line, and they're buried. 34, 24, 14, 37-yard punt.
10:35 left in the first quarter. Comanche football inside their own 10 at about the 7-yard line where they have it 1st and 10. Quarterback here for the Comanches is Chris Bradley. Working out of the gun. It's easy handoff right up the middle for Cahokia. They'll get past the 10. Rams will bring them down at about the 13, 14-yard line. I did not get a great look at the ball carrier.
I did not either.
They were running the ball to Holman last week quite a bit, a true freshman for the Comanches.
Well, they did gain 7 yards, I believe. Yeah, 2nd and 3. 7-yard gain.
So
who was it?
Stink Holman with the carry in the game. See, I told you.
Yeah, you were right.
Bradley going to call his own number here, racing to that far sideline, stretching the field. Might have got 1 or 2 on the play.
Excellent. And again, we talked about not letting them get outside, and they got outside that time, but the Rams ran them down. So that's a really good sign for the Rams defense that they were able to string that out and force the play out of bounds and not let him get up inside and stop a potential big gain out there in space. Just a gain of 1 on that one.
So give him a gain of 1. Bradley, the quarterback. It'll be 2nd and make that third and 2.
Big play here early.
Quarterback under center, split left and right. Another inside handoff to Stink Holman. Only has to get 2, but looks like the Rams line will stop him at about the 15, which would be the current line of scrimmage, and a no gain. Bring up 4th down for the Comanches. Give credit to the Ram defense. Doesn't mean that we're out of – okay, Cahokia's going to bring on the special teams.
Yeah, almost have to. You can't go for it down here and not get it and give the Rams the ball in a short field. But excellent job by the Rams defense there.
To bring up 4th and 2 with 9:30 left to go in the first. No score yet between the Rams and the Comanches. Rams have had a drive. It did stall out after a quick first down. Lash Jr. back to return the punt. He's at about midfield. Comanche punter stands at about the 3. Here comes the boot at about the 6. Hang time will carry it to about the 48. Takes a Ram bounce back into Cahokia territory to the 47. That's where they'll spot the football. So the Rams will have decent field position. 1st and 10 from the Comanche 47-yard line at about the 9:05 mark of this first quarter. All the action driven by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports. We thank Rend Lake College for the streaming. RLC.edu. Read up on their more than 100 degree and certificate programs. At Rend Lake College, your journey starts here.
All right.
Same personnel for the Rams. Still the starters on the field, obviously. Plummer tight on the right side. Left side looks like we have Baird and Lash. The back is Nesbitt with Leak under center. Leak drops back to pass, now rolls. Now looks down this left sideline for Baird, and that one's going to fall incomplete at about his shoe tops at the 15. Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 with 8:58 left in the first. Again, we are still seeking our first quarter score.
And Childs from Cahokia was step for step with the receiver on that. That was a great coverage. Really would have taken a perfect throw there, and even then it may not have been completed. That was great coverage by the Comanches.
2nd and 10 here for the Rams. Double back set behind the quarterback. He's flanked on each side. Lash and Nesbitt to the right side. Now how about to the left side? We have Plummer and Baird. That means Vernon to the right side. Here for the Rams. Waiting for the snap of the football. There it is. It's going to be a handoff coming left side. A little sweep. It's going to be Anthony Lash Jr. to the 40. Breaks to the near sideline at about the 35. Pulled out at about the 34. Gain of 13?
Looks like it.
Gain of 13.
Yep. And there's the run game, and you got to have it. And every time the Rams have run the ball tonight, they've gained big positive yardage, really. So that's a very, very good sign early for the Rams.
1 to the right, 2 to the left. Same formation as a moment ago for Evan Leak. On 1st and 10, he'll keep it himself. Finds a seam up the right side. Slips a tackle down inside the 30, diving to about the 28-yard line. And that will be a gain of about 8. 6.
1, 2, 3.
Spotted it further back.
6.
So Leak, who had allegedly over 250 yards last week. I say that because it's such a huge disparity between some of the stats that I had seen reported from last week. But over 250 yards on the ground, 100 through the air, and Evan Leak is moving the football here on a cloudy and chilly Friday night in the month of April. Of course, we had a first today, something we've never had. We'll say about that after this snap. Here's the play. Leak is in the backfield, finally gets one off and nearly picked off by the Cahokia secondary. In on the action was number 6, Sean Benford. Pass intended for the tight end, Caden Plummer. So we have never broadcasted a Rams baseball game and a Rams football game on the same day before.
Well, you have now.
Yes. Rams baseball wins 4-0 earlier this afternoon. They faced the number 20 pitcher in the nation at the sophomore class. Number 1 in the state of Illinois. And the Rams, some control issues, allow the Rams to get a 4-0 win. Xander Meath, I believe, is his name. Looks like Muth, pronounced Meath. As on the snap here on third down and about 5, Leak is going to fumble the football. That's going to be recovered by Cahokia. Give a lot of credit there to Barry for picking it up. But Travion McKinney is the one who forced the fumble. And if it holds, it'll be Comanche football in the turnover. We'll see what's going on.
Leak just had nowhere to go. The pocket broke down really fast, and then he tried to scramble and get positive yards. And looks like the Rams recovered that, Chris.
They did. Right place, right time.
I don't know how, because I swear I saw a Cahokia guy jump on top of that, but I'm not going to complain.
Right place, right time for the center, Everett Mathis. Where's number 64? And the Rams still the football, albeit 4th and 11 here in Cahokia territory. 7:30 mark of the first, still no score, and we'll have a flag here. It looked like a motion penalty on the Rams, but we'll see what the officials say.
Well, we had it 3rd and 5, and then we lost 6 on the sack, and now we got a penalty, and that's exactly what you don't want when you had it 3rd and 5 and you were making progress. It's a 5-yard penalty, so that's going to make it 4th and 4th and 16 now.
4th and 16. Leak more than likely going to punt here for the Rams, but I can see why you'd be suspicious if you're Cahokia, as we are at the 7:25 mark of the first quarter. No score yet between these two teams. It's scoreless in South 7 play here. Another line drive off the foot. That's going to take a bounce at about the 5.
Stop.
Rams are going to get there
at
about the 2, and that's going to be downed by Anthony Lash Jr., and that, again, pins Cahokia back deep. 2 quality punts from Evan Leak.
Boy, you talk about great punt. That ball died right about the 2-yard line, maybe the 3. So their starting point, Chris, is going to be at the 3, and the last time in their other possession, they started at the 6. So the special teams now are keeping Mount Vernon competitive and in this game, and that's a good sign because that is obviously a third of the game. It's like Belichick says every Sunday, right?
Absolutely.
Offense, defense, special teams. Special teams are thriving right now. 37-yard punt. Nice punt.
Comanches have it from their own 3. 1st and 10. Spread out here with the quarterback under center, and this is going to be Holman again getting the carry. Right up the middle past the 10. He's brought down at about the 16-yard line. Gain of 13 on the ground for Stink Holman. He has 2 carries for 20 yards. And with 7:04 left in the first, Cahokia gets a first down. It's a big first down.
It is, but because they're pinned so deep, it doesn't really hurt that bad. You just got to come back and make a stand here. Now the chains move, but a lot of green out there for Cahokia to go to hurt the Rams. Just got to step up and make plays here.
Cahokia addressing about 22 tonight. They've had number issues. The bulk of the football world has had numbers issues this year. Sweet play to this right side by Xavier Mix, and he'll be brought down by Weston Riding, shy of the 20, maybe at about the 18, in which case that'll be a gain of 2 on the ground for Mix.
And they haven't been able to get outside. And that's an early sign of positive things for the Rams defense. You know, one of the most, the hardest things, when you play a team with great speed is trying to keep them off those flanks so they don't get around you and make long runs. And right now the Rams have been able to string the ball out and stop the Cahokia for relatively short gains.
Harvey split to the left. Comanches have another receiver right. The quarterback is under center, and now Stink Holman again going to get the carry. Ooh, off-tackle run, gets to the 25, looking for the 30 on the far hash, gets to the 35 now, brought down to about the 36, as Holman gets a gain of about 18 on the ground.
Yeah. There's a reason why his stats are good. We've seen that early tonight.
We'll have your halftime show coming up at the end of the second quarter. Still plenty of time before that, but it's sponsored by Crossroads Community Hospital. Crossroads Orthopedic Clinic in Mount Vernon is proud to support the student-athletes of Mount Vernon Township High School. Dr. McIntosh and Dr. Mulhern from Crossroads Orthopedic Clinic are here to help you take the next step for better hips, knees, shoulders, and more. Comanches will send all the way to the left. Joviano Howard. 3 to the right side out of the gun. Flanked on the left side. Holman, the running back. And now a quick pass in the flat for Benford. And he's brought down almost immediately by Ram, I believe, middle linebacker Gabe Taylor. I didn't see where he came from, but I do know that that's Gabe Taylor. Might be an outside linebacker.
Well, they tried to run a little wide receiver screen there, and the middle receiver missed his block, and then the Rams were able to make the tackle pretty easily out there on the flank for, well, I don't think he gained anything there, did he, Chris?
Looks like it's a no gain for sure.
Yeah, but just a missed block, and the Rams were able to capitalize and make the tackle for no gain. Good play.
Two left, two right for the quarterback here. Bradley out of the gun, looking downfield, going to run left, looking for somebody down that far sideline. Weston Riding going to give chase, and he'll bring him down, but it's a run of a first down. Looks like an 11-yard gain for the Comanches. That's a first down, but still a jarring tackle by Weston Riding using that speed.
It was a great tackle. Quarterback gets flushed, and then we give up the flank a little bit, the outside third of that field, and that's where they can be really dangerous, and they move the chains, and now the ball's almost to midfield, and it was on the 3-yard line.
4:22 mark here of this opening quarter. No score yet between the Rams and Cahokia. Out of the gun, two left, two right. Flanked on the left side is Holman. I should say the quarterback, Bradley, by Holman. And now Marcus Garrett looking for the tackle. After a quick catch outside the hash by the Cahokia receiver. Looked like that time the receiver was number 2, Conway.
Yeah, just a little inside comeback for about 4. Pretty efficient route. That's hard to defend. And now let's see if Cahokia comes back with the run now that they've softened the Rams up a little bit with the pass.
Under center now, the quarterback, Bradley. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Comanche tailback is Holman with 3:34 to go. Here in the first quarter, no score yet, believe it or not. 2nd and 6.
Well, they're going to air it out.
They're looking deep downfield, and that's going to be trouble. That's caught in stride at about the 5 into the end zone with little trouble for a 49-yard touchdown catch. I didn't see the catch.
That would have been
Deloach Jr., number 8.
And he is their leading receiver on the year. And he got past the defensive back, or the cornerback in this case, I believe. And that was a perfectly thrown ball.
That was beautiful.
That looked like Brady. Holy cow.
6-0 Comanches, and they will go for 2. Comanches going for 2, up 6-0, 3:23 left to go here in the first. Rolling to the right side is the quarterback, and that one's going to be picked off by Miguel Rios in the end zone.
Okay, good. That's a positive. Extra points are big, Chris. We've seen that before, and whenever you can make a big play on one, either block a kick or prevent a 2-point conversion, you never know where those points are going to haunt you in the end if you're Cahokia or not. But Rams do end the series there on a positive defensive possession.
Point after fails thanks to a pick by Miguel Rios. 3:23 left in the first. Rams trail 6-0. They'll have the football here as the Comanches kick off. If you're looking for a new doctor, go to ssmhealth.com/doctors. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. As we await kickoff here, 3:23 mark. First quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium. Again, we're in the aforementioned SSM Health broadcast booth. Kick won't be very deep. It'll be Rios off a hop at about the 25. Fighting to get to the outside. He won't get much. He'll lean forward to the 29. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. 1st and 10 for Mount Vernon. If you've been hurt on the job, call Hannigan and McGovern at 618-241-9251.
Yeah, so very important here. The Rams get a couple first downs. So far, they've run the ball pretty well. They've not been successful through the air, so let's see if they stay on the ground and put some quality first downs here together and get a drive going and get this time off the clock. You're only down a score and an extra point now, so you're still very much in the game. Don't try to get it all back all at once.
Under center is Leak. Handoff coming to Nesbitt. Finds some running room as he'll get to the 35-yard line. A last-ditch dive will get him to the 36. That's a gain of 6 on the ground for Nesbitt. 2nd and 4 here for the Rams as we drop below the 3-minute mark of this first quarter. For all your real estate needs, see Pam Kirkpatrick at Coldwell Banker in Mount Vernon. She and her staff are there to help you 7 days a week, serving the Mount Vernon area since 1986. 2nd and 4 for the Rams. 6-0 Cahokia if you just tuned in. Rams baseball got a 4-0 win over Belleville East earlier today. And now, I didn't see it was deep in the backfield, but it's going to be a carry for about a yard gain for Anthony Lash Jr. It's out of my vision.
It was a fake up into the middle there, and then a kind of a wide receiver around, or somewhat of a reverse, I guess, coming back the other way. And Cahokia did a good job stuffing that one out.
3rd and 3 with 2:15 left in the first. 6-0 Cahokia.
Real hard to go side to side with these guys, Chris. Got to get more north and south and get that positive yardage.
Baird split left. Plummer and Lash on the right. Double back set here out of the gun for Evan Leak. Tries to break a tackle and will slip away to the 40. Finally pulled out of bounds at about the 44 as Leak was able to drag Travion McKinney a couple of yards. That'll be another first down for the Rams on a gain of about 5 for E. Leak.
Absolutely. Good play by Evan Leak. That was just all toughness right there. He did. He got, let's see, Chris, 37. He got 6. That makes up for the 6 that he, unfortunately, when you get sacked, you lose that yardage in rushing. So he made up for that 6 yards from the earlier sack.
Verdon and Plummer to the right side, Baird to the left. The backs are Nesbitt and Lash, flanking the quarterback, Evan Leak. He's out of the gun, gets the snap. Stands right there in the backfield, overthrows over the top, and the Comanches will pick it off. Finally, the whistle will blow, but the Comanches, Omarion Gooden, who was the quarterback last week against Centralia, will pick it off. And it'll be a first down for the Comanches off of the Ram turnover, minute 49 mark of this first quarter. Should be right about midfield-ish.
Yeah, right at about the 49-yard line. That's unfortunate. The Rams got a nice first down and then elected to throw on first down, and it did not work out.
As well as the Rams have thrown the ball this season, that is how, not to go Tim McCarver on you, that is how unsuccessful they've been tonight. A lot of familiar faces out there defensively for the Rams. Marcus Garrett, Miguel Rios, Landon Simpson, Maddox Randall. Big Tater's out there somewhere.
Yeah, he is somewhere. Somewhere. We ought to be able to spot him.
There he is off of the line, of course. He's chasing the quarterback, Bradley.
Yes,
so is Weston Riding, and it'll be Riding. Ooh, slips past Riding. Is getting to that far sideline was Chris Bradley. Got to about the 45. We'll see where they finally ended up out of bounds on his own accord. Maybe shy of that at about the 44. Okay.
Gain of about 6 there.
He did not get past the 45, so gain of 6, as you said. Another gain by Bradley. 3 carries or so for about 18 yards.
Cahokia very efficient on the ground. They're averaging about 8 or 9 yards a carry. I haven't done the math, but they've had some big runs. And really, I've only thrown 3 passes. One, of course, that bomb of about 50 yards that got them on the board just moments ago.
I have a feeling we're about to have a timeout. That play clock's got to be close to being done. Nope. No timeout. Just delay a game. I was right about the play clock being close to out.
It's Cahokia's first penalty. I was just getting ready to say this would be a good time to take a shot for Cahokia, and we need to really, really be careful. But now at 2nd and 9, I'm not sure they'll do that.
Minute 39 left in the first. 6-0 Cahokia. 2nd and 9 for the Comanches, all the way back to their own 49 with a man in motion. And it's going to be a handoff inside variety to Stink Holman, who dives forward for a gain of about 4. Would make it to 3rd and 5. Quick scoreboard update for you, sponsored by your State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. Centralia gets back into the game against Marion 7-6, but Hunter Simmons throws for another touchdown. It's now 14-6 Marion. That is with 5:43 left to go in the first quarter. At Centralia and South 7 play tonight. Cahokia, and this is Cahokia. How about Carbondale and Althoff Tangling this weekend? Minute 10 left here in the King City. The Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Cahokia Comanches 6-0. 3rd and 5 for Cahokia. Bradley, the quarterback. His back is Holman. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 3-step drop for Bradley. He has some running room. If he takes it, instead he is looking for that pass. Nope, gets to the far sideline. Leans ahead for first down yardage. Gets a last-ditch head down. And probably gets a gain of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, and there's that outside third that, it's just so important to press them out and out of bounds, string that out, but he was able to get north and south on the outside third of the field and get big yardage.
48.3 ticks to go on this first quarter clock. Evan Leake is our reigning Ram of the Week, sponsored by Josh Finley at Country Financial. Learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial. 1st and 10 for the Comanches. Ball on the Mount Vernon 41-yard line on the far hash. Under center is the quarterback Bradley. His back is Holman, and this is going to be a handoff to Holman. Right up the middle, goes off tackle, gets to about the 35, pulled down by a couple of Rams. Forward, however, to about the 32, 33.
It's about 9.
Gain of about 9, yep.
They're going to take us. No, they're going to try to run one more, Chris.
With 21 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it's 2nd and 1. Ball on the Mount Vernon 32, the spot between the hashes here. As the Comanches have one on each side, the targets. Rolling to the right side, into the backfield is Bradley. Looks downfield. Ooh, finds a man at the 20. That's caught down to the 15. He's looking for the end zone, into the near corner for a touchdown for number 5, Daniel Berry. And that is a 32-yard score. As Berry is able to come down with the catch, yards after the catch, and the touchdown for 32.
It was a play action, and we did a pretty good job covering them deep, but then they ran a back underneath. I think that's where he came from. I missed where he came from, but I believe that was a back coming underneath after we kind of got ran off there, covering the play action pass. There's a flag on the field, though, Chris. Was that after the touchdown?
I would hope so.
Maybe a celebration or something like that. It's in that area. Holding.
Oh, boy.
So, does that not count? Because it's on the board.
We're waiting. So the penalty will take it back to the 12.
Yeah, but the ball was on the 32. So I guess it's a spot foul? I don't know.
Hold probably occurred at about the 22.
I've been way out of football.
So the hold must have occurred after the catch.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know.
That's a tough
about
one.
a 20-yard catch after it's all said and done. 1.8 seconds left, 6-0 Cahokia. 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 12. Inside handoff stink. Holman, he'll be brought down for a loss at about the 15-16. I'm going to assume that was Gabe Taylor, but I did not get a good look from my vantage point. We've reached the end of the first quarter in Mount Vernon. It's Cahokia 6, the Rams nothing. This is Mount Vernon Football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Where's your playground?
This is where it's at. The end of the road is where the real fun begins during the Jeep celebration event at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois.
Oh, and the adventure begins again.
Adventure's never out of reach. Make memories with every mud pit and rocky terrain. Earn that post-trip car wash.
Jeep hair, don't care.
Let's start your new Jeep life at Holzhauer's Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois. Where's your playground? When you have a new Jeep, it's anywhere you want.
Do you have a minor illness or injury? Get quick care at SSM Health Express Clinics. With locations in Centralia and Mount Vernon, they offer quality medical care that works with your schedule. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7, and Sunday, 8 to 2. The Express Clinic in Mount Vernon and the primary care in Centralia are COVID-19 drive-through testing centers. To schedule an appointment, visit ssmhealth.com/quickcare.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football. Let's go, bring it out! Powered by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports.
Benford.
First play of the second quarter as we're back at Ken Hunt Stadium. Sean Benford gets a catch at about the 10, rolls it in the rest of the way for a touchdown for his second grab of the night, first of any yardage. And a 6-yard pass gets Cahokia back on the board after a mysterious hold. For whatever reason, did not wipe away the entire play a moment ago. It just counted as a 20-yard catch. Even a hold after the catch is some, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
But it's not it's 10 yards from where it happened too. So really not, I guess, that mysterious. It'll go for 2 here. Spread out here with a single back out of the gun, the quarterback Bradley. On the right side is Holman. Now they will bring in Conway to help block. And now they're looking to the right side, far side of the end zone, nothing there. Great play by the Rams to step up and play great coverage there, but falls incomplete. It stays 12-zip.
Yeah, and I think, it is 12-zip, but, we've done some good things offensively and defensively for that matter. We got beat on a big play on the 50-yard pass, and then they just kind of slowly drained us down on that drive. But at the same time, offensively, we've had a lot of success running the ball. Our average is way up. We have not completed a pass yet, and I think if there's anything, that's probably the one thing that has stalled us more than anything is the incomplete passes.
We await kickoff here as it's 12-0. Comanches on top. Chris Hugo, Jeff London alongside Zach Mountmiller with us in the SSM Health broadcast booth. Brock Myers back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight.
Look out.
And it is going to be an onside kick. It did not look like it went far enough, but Cahokia recovers as the Rams were unsuspecting. It did go far enough.
It sure did.
Wow.
It was a good one. I was watching it, and he kicked it right in front of him, and I think the kicker recovered it, Chris. If I'm not mistaken, he kicked it right in front of him.
Kicked it and fouled it.
And just fouled it, and I think he fell on it. I believe it was him anyway. If it wasn't him, it was the guy next to him, but I think it was the kicker. And now Cahokia is back in business on a 47-yard line.
Buying a vehicle is simple, easy, and fun at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville. Shop all of their brands at holzhauers.com. Well, it's 1st and 10 for Cahokia, the Comanches. 11:50 left in the first half. 12-zip Comanches on top, and they have another opportunity offensively here for Chris Bradley, Stink Holman, and the guys. As split to the left side will be Conway. 3 on the right for the Comanches. Out of the gun for Bradley. He looks to the right in the flat. Nope, he's going to look downfield, far sideline. Beautiful ball toward the far corner of the end zone, and in the picture was Miguel Rios. Defensively, it looked like the target might have been Benford. May have been.
Yeah, and Cahokia is starting to feel it a little bit. They're spreading the field and starting to throw the ball deep a little bit. And that was excellent coverage, by the way, out there by the Rams. Rios. That was really good coverage. He threw that ball about 56 yards in the air.
It was a great ball.
And it was tight.
2nd and 10 for the Comanches. 11:43 mark of the first. Ball on the Mount Vernon 47-yard line near hash. Bradley calls for it, gets it. Flat-footed, throws over the top. Ooh, that was right to the hands of Jeremiah Gonzalez. Couldn't hang on. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back because that ball was right in the breadbasket at about 7 yards with room to run on a slant. And he just did not complete the ball, just didn't catch it. So it's 3rd and 10. It's a big down for the Rams defense here.
Gonzalez, Harvey, and Deloach to the right side. The back is Holman for the quarterback, Bradley, out of the gun. 1 to the left. Here's the snap. And it'll be to Deloach on the right side, brought down in a hurry at the 40. That's where forward progress will take him. They're going to give him to the 40, make that to 39 for a gain of 8.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to go for it here with just 2 yards to go on 4th down at the 38 or 39-yard line. Up 12-0. And my guess is it's going to be a run of some kind.
Conway and Deloach split to the left. Also in the picture, if you will, is Harvey. I wondered. We're going to get timeout for the Rams here. 11:04 mark of this second quarter. It'll be 4th and 2 for the Comanches when we come out of the timeout. 12-0 Cahokia on top. Timeout presented by First Mid Bank and Trust. And if you're looking for your first checking account with a convenient debit card, stop by First Mid Bank and Trust at the corner of 34th and Broadway and ask about basic student checking. It's an account designed just for students. Not sure if the Rams were expecting the punt or just running out of time and trying to make a decision and call the timeout and try not to give up a big 4th down, I suppose.
Well, it's obviously a big down. You know, if you stop them here, you get the ball back at the 39-yard line going your way. You know, so, you know, this is a turning point. If they make a stop here and put some first downs together and get it down there and get a score, you know, we're only 11 minutes away from halftime, and it's just 12-0. So a score is huge here for the Rams. If the Rams could punch one in, and getting the extra point would be a bonus, you know, we'd certainly have us a ball game. I just don't know if you want to go down 18 or 20-0 here with so much time left in the second quarter. So this, to me, is a really pivotal 4th down.
Deloach, Harvey, and Gonzalez on the left side. Conway on the right. Out of the gun is Bradley, and they got a Ram to jump, and if so, that's a first down.
Yeah.
11:04 mark of this second quarter. It'll be a first down for the Comanches off of the Mount Vernon penalty. Bean Insurance is providing friendly solutions with a unique experience and knowledge. Get a quote today at beaninsurance.net.
Just the Rams' second penalty, but that one was costly.
11:04 left in this half. Out of the gun for Bradley. Quick handoff, Holman. Ooh, off tackle run to the 30. Breaks a tackle to about the 29. Pushed ahead to the 25. And brought down on that said push to about the 23-yard line for a gain of 11.
Boy, they really lean on Holman for their run game, don't they?
Sure do.
And he has responded big time. Haven't added his yards up here yet, but he's got to be averaging close to 10 yards a carry.
Video streaming presented by Red Lake College. If you need a career change, RLC offers dozens of programs focused on putting you in a new job in as little as a year. Find out more at rlc.edu as well. A run by Holman right up the middle. Gets a gain of about 3 down to the 20. 2nd and 7 now as the clock will drop below 10:15 on this series with a Comanche lead of 12-0. 12-0 Cahokia on top.
You know, what makes it really tough is you got Holman running it up in there for, you know, positive yards every time, big positive yards. And then, you know, you got Bradley who can throw it 60 yards in the air. You know, that's a lot of pressure on a defense to have both those things running through your head and stop both.
Under center is Bradley. Fakes a pitch and now hands off. Nice play by the Comanches coming up this left side. Big run inside the 10, the 5, near corner of the end zone. That's a touchdown for number 32 of the Comanches, Joviano Howard.
And, Chris, that's his first carry of the game. He goes for 32, and that was just a little inside counter play off a pitch fake.
20-yard touchdown for Howard. The Comanches lead this 18-0. They'll go for 2.
Just about had him tackled as well. Couldn't get him on the ground. And now it's 18-0.
9:47 left in the half. 18-zip going for 2. No kicker. Bradley with a man in motion calls for it. Steps back to pass, about 3-step drop. Now he's going to roll to the right side. He's inside the 10, looks into the end zone, throws at about ground level. That surely is going to be incomplete.
It is.
So the point after fails on the 2-point conversion try. And it's 18-zip, Cahokia. 9:47 left to go, second quarter. Ooh. It's not starting to get away, but it's starting to get uncomfortable.
It is. We're getting to that point. We got to put some positive points on the board at 18-0 with 9:47 left in the half. There's still plenty of time to put one in. But again, we've got to sustain a drive, move chains, and then punch one in. That would certainly make it a much different football game approaching the half here with 9:47 to go.
Marion leading Centralia 21-6, 11:25 left in the second quarter. A game at Centralia. Scoreboard presented by Tony Wilk. Rio's going to finally come up to it. Again, Cahokia's kicker followed it. The rest of the team chasing it. The Rams looked very lax, kind of like they did last week against Carbondale.
I'll tell you something. The other thing they're doing is they're putting the ball on the tee instead of upright. They're putting it on the tee sideways like a banana.
Yeah.
And when he kicks it. And so when it comes off his foot, it's not end over end. It's spinning in a circle. And that time, even though it went much farther, and I think he meant to kick it deep, they almost ran down there and got on it again.
Rams need to come up with some points on this drive as they'll have Vernon on the right side. Left, they'll go Lash. Plummer, the tight end. Gabe Taylor is in possibly as a fullback. Nope. He'll be down. The lone back here. Deep is Nesbitt for the quarterback under center, Leak. A little handoff trying to go to the opposite sideline. And won't sweep, won't stretch. It'll be a tackle for loss here for the Comanches, and brought down for a loss of yardage is Nesbitt.
Yeah, and that was by far the most unsuccessful run that we've had up to this point, other than the sack on Leak early. Wouldn't abandon the run yet if I were the Rams.
Loss of about 4 on the play for Nesbitt. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the Rams' 28-yard line. Far hash spot, trailing 18-0, 9:12 to go in the first half. Out of the gun, almost an empty backfield for Leak. He'll have a man in motion. It's Nesbitt, and we'll have a motion penalty. Feet were shuffling as Nesbitt was in motion. This is coming back 5 yards, more than likely.
Yeah, and when you have motion, it's very, very critical that everybody else remains still. Because if anybody moves a pinky or an ankle or a toe, you have 2 men in motion, and that's illegal. And that's what happened on that play.
See Josh Finley at Country Financial. Learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial. Congratulations again, Evan Leak. This week's Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week. Read more about it at section618.com or find us on social media at WMIX Sports. 8:55 mark of the half, and looking for a quick pass in the backfield. That's going to be complete to Nesbitt. Has some running room in the middle between the hashes. He's to the 40-yard line with a spin.
There you go.
He may go. He's at midfield, 45-40. The ball will be stripped away by the Comanches, and they may have just recovered at the Mount Vernon 32, or the Cahokia 32. So Nesbitt marches it down all the way to the opposing 32, which would have been a 45-yard reception. Unreal.
It was a
45-yard
reception. It was a 45-yard
reception. Doesn't change that.
The problem is the 46th yard, the ball became loose.
So that's a fumble, and it's another turnover on the Rams. And Nesbitt had the speed to break away, but Cahokia is a tough team to break away from with their speed.
Boy, it was such a nice play. And I was thinking in the back of my mind, screen. And they ran a middle screen there. And it was beautiful. Just what a beautiful play. And, boy, you save those up. And when you pull it off, the last thing you want to do is fumble it at the end. But it's just very unfortunate. He made a heck of a catch and a heck of a run. Leak did a great job baiting the defense to come to him. Just did not work out completely.
Play action here. Garrett gives chase, can't catch it to Bradley. Bradley dumps one off in first down territory as that is Benford, but we're going to have a flag in the backfield. It would be a gain of 12 if it holds for the Comanches to Benford. We will see what the penalty is going to be. At the 8:29 mark of the second quarter, still 18-0 Cahokia.
Well, it kind of came in the area around the quarterback, so I would think it would be on Mount Vernon because there wasn't really anybody over there but the quarterback and then the chasers from the Mount Vernon defense. Yeah, you don't step it off against Mount Vernon, it looks like.
It's on the Rams, but
maybe roughing the passer or maybe a face mask on the quarterback, something over there. It was away from us. Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
It is roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty.
That's the Rams' 4th penalty now of the half. They're starting to add up a little bit for 30 yards.
So 8:29 to go here in the second quarter. Rams trailing 18-0 here from the SSM Health broadcast booth, where you can get quick care for you and your family at SSM Healthcare Clinics. It's wellness that works with your schedule right here in Mount Vernon. Under center, the quarterback, Bradley. Stink Holman is his back. Pitch coming to the left side. Still in the backfield, chased by Evan Leak. However, Holman going to get away. There is a flag to the 30, down to the 25, out of bounds, Holman. We'll see what the flag is going to be. It's a gain of 16 if it stands.
It's going to be against Cahokia, though.
Looked like a hold.
Got a hold, yeah. It's going to come back. Doesn't count. They are dangerous when they get outside of those hash marks. And I know there was a hold there, but I'm not sure even if there wasn't, if we could have stopped him. That's a lot of speed coming around the corner and a lot of space.
Rams football is driven by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports Group in Nashville. Explore a multitude of vehicles at holzhauers.com as this one's coming back. 8:05 mark of this second quarter. We will see where the final resting spot's going to be. It's about midfield, beyond that even, to the Cahokia 48. It's a costly penalty.
Is that a 10-yarder, Chris?
Yeah.
That's just their second penalty of the half for 15 yards. They've done a pretty good job of playing penalty-free, but they got caught on that one there.
Makes it first and about 20.
Yep. See if the Rams defense can take advantage now.
Under center, maybe they'll play. I thought I was going to go play action, but maybe not. Looking deep downfield over the top for Benford. And this one's going to be caught into the end zone, an easy walk. And I'm not sure what happened defensively for the Rams. It broke down. Leak looked like he was right there fighting for it, then quit on the, I don't want to say quit on the play because that makes it sound like it wasn't hustling, but I think it's just some confusion there. It ends up as a 51-yard score for Benford. Unreal.
Yeah. Any other issue is we're really not getting a push on the quarterback, Chris. He's got too much time, and he's just standing back there and he's picking out his guys, and we've just not been able to get a rush on him. And then when we do, he seems like he flushes and then he runs the ball, for a nice gain on the ground. He's a heck of an athlete and a good player for sure.
It has been all Comanches here in the second quarter. Lest we forget, it was 6-0 after one, but again, Cahokia was threatening. Scored on the very first play of the second quarter. And now, as they have been, going for two. Single back set under the center, and now it's just going to be a quick pitch, and that's going to be an easy 2 points for the Comanches, and Xavier Mix will get the 2-point conversion. It's 26-Love. Rams trailing here.
Bradford's 9 for 11, Chris. He's only missed twice. And he's approaching, not quite to 200 yet, but he's going to get there, I think, if he keeps throwing a ball like this.
So on a 1st and 20 play after a holding penalty, over the top for Benford. There he was, just snuck back behind everybody. Runs it in the rest of the way with nobody there. And now another Comanche kickoff. 7:33 mark of this second quarter. 26-0. It's all Comanches here tonight.
Yeah, I got him at 196. I just did some quick math in my head. 9 for 11 for 196. And there's 7:33 to go in the second quarter.
Not bad.
No.
Another kick handled by Lash at about the 27. Trying to come to the near sideline. He'll be brought down to 35. About an 8-yard return for Anthony Lash Jr. 7:28 mark of this second quarter. Rams trailing 26-0. They'll have the football 1st and 10 from their own 35.
And the other issue, Chris, is the Rams have only been able to run 15 plays in this whole half so far. And that would indicate that they're not getting first downs. And the game is lengthening as opposed to shortening, as we talked about before the game started as being a big key.
Under center, Leak. Nesbitt the back. Verdon will be in motion for the Rams. He'll go to the left side from the right. A little play action for the Rams. Leak looking downfield and finds Lash past midfield down to the 45. Forward progress should have taken him to the opposing 45-yard line, which would be a gain of about 20.
Really, really nice ball by Leak and a great catch.
For Leak, that's now his second completion. Total is 65 yards. 7:10 left in this first half. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Handoff coming to Lash. It looks like no gain. Oh, forward progress, gain of 1. Okay, he'll take it.
Okay, keep the feet moving.
Third carry, 15 yards unofficially for Anthony Lash Jr.
He got a little east-west there, and that's tough to do. Cahokia does a very good job of stringing the ball out to the boundaries.
Verdon, Lash, and Baird to the left. Plummer to the right. Leak will work out of the gun this time. More like the pistol with Nesbitt as the back. Nesbitt's going to block. Leak's going to have to run here. On his feet still in the backfield, we will have a flag deep in the backfield. It might be a gain of 2 if it's not a bad penalty, but I have a feeling if you're the Rams, it's going to be a bad penalty.
It's in that area of holding, Chris. And it is holding.
Not where you want to be if you're the Rams, that's for sure. Eek. 3 stars of the game coming up in your post-game show. Those will be sponsored by Mount Vernon Culver's. Swing by Culver's, try a juicy Butterburger, or treat yourself to a frozen custard. Your Mount Vernon Culver's at Veterans and 42nd. 6:37 remains here in the second quarter. The holding penalty is going to take this one back past the 40, down to about the 36. Oh, boy. I'll have to get to the opposing the opposing 35.
Going the wrong direction, aren't we?
Yes, sir. Second and forever. Second and about 28. Leak flushed out in trouble. Finds Nesbitt in the backfield. He's at the 35. Now to the 40. Between the hashes to the 45. That's a nice gain of about 17. Something out of nothing. Leak to Nesbitt.
Yeah, it was a really good play. Really good play. Misdirection and throw back the other way. That may have been a little screen pass. I didn't get a good look at what was out in front of that, but it was pretty successful. How much did they pick up there, Chris?
17.
Wow, nice play.
From 45 to 45 now the mission on 3rd and 20. Maybe it wasn't 17. Looking downfield for Lash, and there's a flag on the play, but for Lash, a little underthrown and had to reach down to get it. It'll fall incomplete.
Well, he was there, too. He was wide open running up the sideline. Ball was just a hair underthrown. Probably still catchable, but a tough play on both sides.
Hey, that was about an 8-yard pass a second ago. My apologies.
You said 17.
I did, because I added, it was 2nd and 28. Yeah. He got to the 45.
I thought you were
that's where my math. No, that's where my math.
I really thought
from.
When you said 17 that could
like,
possibly be wrong.
It was. It's 8. Anyhow.
Okay, I got it.
It'll be.
We got 4th down.
Should be 3rd and 20.
Scoreboard says 4th down.
I was going off the down marker. My apologies. Scoreboard's right. Rams will punt it away. And now a return coming from the Comanches. Uh-oh, this could be trouble, and that's going to be possibly a touchdown-saving tackle by Weston. But
there's a flag as well, and that's going to be face mask on the Mount Vernon Rams, and that's going to add on to that return. That's probably going to be a 15-yarder. So Cahokia is looking at getting the ball here probably down around, 32, 33-yard line.
Absolutely.
Pretty short field for them.
No bueno if you're the Rams. This is WMIX Mount Vernon, free service from Withers Broadcasting, back on the AM and 96.5 FM tonight for the first time this season. Cardinals baseball tonight, the next Friday night, so we finish up the season over here. Same scenario next week. We'll have Rams football following Rams baseball. I believe.
All right, they're going to step it off now. Let's see if it's a. Yeah, it's going to be a 15.
I think the Rams have the Effingham Flaming Hearts next Friday. We have a volleyball change next week. Lady Rams volleyball against Centralia is now Wednesday as opposed to Thursday. So no baseball volleyball doubleheader next week, unfortunately. We were looking forward to that. We love the challenge. But it'll be Lady Rams volleyball now on Wednesday night against the Orphan Annies of Centralia, who just have one loss in the year, and it was to an undefeated, I believe, Mater Dei team. I know the loss was to Mater Dei. I'm trying to recollect if they were undefeated. It's on the 35-yard line now in Ram territory for the Comanches. Fresh 1st and 10. 3-step drop now rolling left side. Nice run here by Bradley. Perhaps he's inside the 40, down to the 35. 30 between the hashes. We'll have a flag. He's down at about the 25. Dancing with first down yardage, but what's this flag? What's this cloth on the field?
It's going to be a holding call. And the official and Cahokia's coaching staff having a little conversation over there. But it is holding on Cahokia, and that ball is going to come back. All for naught. That's just Cahokia's third penalty, though, of the half. They've done a really good job of not getting penalized and keeping the ball moving in the right direction.
Scoreboard updates tonight every night, presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. Contact your local State Farm agent, Anthony Wilt. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. This State Farm team is ready to help. 5:25 to go. We are in second quarter action from Ken Hunt Stadium in the SSM Health broadcast booth on AM 940, 96.5 FM in the Section 618 app. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Stink Holman, the feature back here for the Comanches, fullback in the game as well. Snap and 3-step drop. Now rolls to the right side, looking for the completion. There it is. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is going to be to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 4. For number 32, Giovanni O'Howard. I believe they call him Mean Machine.
Cahokia spread the ball around too, Chris. That's the 4th different receiver they've thrown to. And they've also got 4 guys that have rushed the ball.
Still 21-6, Marion leading Centralia. Surprised I haven't seen anything yet from... Oh, there it is. After 1, Carbondale leads Althoff 15-6. A couple of South 7 updates sponsored by Tony Wilt. We'll have a timeout on the field. With 4:23 left in the second quarter, it's 2nd and 10 Comanches. Ball on the Mount Vernon 35. Is this a timeout for sure?
And that puts Bradley right at the 200-yard mark for the game, passing. We're still in the first half.
No timeout. Clock will restart. 4:22 left. Second quarter, 2nd and 10 Comanches from the Mount Vernon 35 on the far hash as they move right to left. With a man in motion, there's a snap. Good block by the running back in the backfield over the top pass, and that's going to be complete to number 8, Nicholas DeLoach Jr. Inside the 20 to the 19.
About a 17-yard gain.
Absolutely.
And again, we're not able to get the rush and the push on the quarterback, and that really hurts because he's proven time and again. It's just a matter of him finding someone when he has time to throw. When he can plant his feet and let it go and pick guys out, it's very, very unfair for that back into the Ram defense. Just got to get some kind of a rush and make him flush.
There's a snap to Bradley, looking for the outside route overthrown, looking for the target of number 21, Jamique Harvey, pardon me. Now fall complete. Stop the clock with 3:40 left here in the second quarter. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. So we'll see what happens. Rams battling some injuries on the sidelines as well as we look down there. Still some decent numbers, but unfortunately have had to cancel the remainder of their JV schedule. So I read on the social media this week.
Well, 3:40 left to go here. Let's see if we can keep them out of the end zone and limit the damage. Again, as I said earlier, though, when you got a quarterback that can wing it like that, and you've got a running back who can run it up in there and be a danger to score at any point in time, it just makes it very, very hard on a defense. A lot of pressure to stop both.
Second and 10 for the Comanches. Ball on the Mount Vernon 18. Dropping back to pass is Bradley. Shakes the tackler. Going to run to the near side. Inside the 20 to the 15. Cuts toward the 10. He was going toward the sideline. Cut back inside. Gets to the 10-yard line for a gain of about 8 or 9. They're going to spot him at the 9.
Looks like a gain of about 9, Chris. They're going to spot that at about the 8. Nope, they're going to spot it at the 9. Sorry, he backed up one. That's a gain of 8. Did I say Bradley was a good athlete?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deservedly so. 3rd and 1 here for the Comanches.
Rams got a little push on him that time, and he just took off and ran the ball for about 8 yards.
Holman, the back here, going to get the carry. Off tackle, runs inside, may have enough for a touchdown as he lunges forward. He's at least to the 1. We'll see if the arms go up in the air. Just one arm so far. Okay, 8-yard gain.
Yeah, I thought maybe he got it in there, but the Rams made the tackle.
2:36 left. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. We're in the second quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium in the SSM Health broadcast booth. I'm Chris Hugo, Jeff London alongside. Zach Matt Miller providing the video angles for WMIXSports.com and the Section 618 app. Brock Myers back at the studio. Rolling to this left side. Bradley making it tougher than he has to, but he'll get into the near corner of the end zone. He ran about 15 to get one, and there's a flag. 2:11 left to go.
He fumbled the snap, number 1, and I thought we might get a little bit of a break there, maybe get a ball on the ground, get on it, but he quickly snatched it out of the air, and then he just did a big circle and ran for the pylon. And are we going to get a holding on Cahokia here? Yeah, looks like it. It's not going to count.
A lot of extra mechanics there.
An awful big penalty, whatever they did. It's a 15-yard penalty. The ball's going to come back out on a 16 from the 1. What a break for the Rams defense.
Blindside block on the Comanches.
Yeah.
Back to the 16. It'll be 1st and goal. You got to love that. 1st and goal from the 16-yard line.
Absolutely.
For the Rams, it's a chance. They can stretch out a little bit.
And just 1:25 to go now in the quarter. Time running out.
Snap to Bradley. He's looking out in the flat. That's going to be complete to Deloach, it looks like. Fighting for that sideline. He will stay on his feet at the 10. Gets inside that to about the 5. Maybe to about the 4. There is a flag. Yeah. Stop me if you've heard this before.
Yeah, there is a flag, and I'll bet you that one's a face mask on the Rams.
Right now, it's a 12-yard gain. It'd bring up 2nd and goal. We'll see what the actual penalty is going to be. Oh, 13-yard gain. They're at the 3.
And it's a face mask on the Rams.
Well, it's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's going to put them right back down there on the 1 where they were 2 plays ago. And one gets the feeling that number 22 is going to get the ball here.
1st and goal. Back where we started from. 1st and goal from the 1.5. Might as well just punch it in here with the running back and Stink. They call him Stink.
Number 22.
He's anything but as Holman gets the 1-yard touchdown run. It is 32-zip.
About the only thing Cahokia's not done well tonight is extra points.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they fare here.
Last time the Rams were here, they made like 6 of 7 or 7 of 8. Landon Simpson also made an 18-yard field goal and intercepted a pass.
I think they're 1 for 5 on extra. 1 for 5 on extra points.
It's inauspicious. I know that.
Well, 1 for 4. We'll see what they do here.
2 left, 1 right. They've tried to pass on most of their PAT two-point conversion attempts.
And one has to think maybe they run the ball as successful as they've been.
Bradley looking to pass.
Yeah, he
throws that one into the ground, into the end zone, and it'll stay 32-0 with 48.9 seconds to go in this first half. We'll have an extended Crossroads Community Hospital halftime show coming your way. It's homecoming. Wait. Did I just say that? Is that for real? Or is it like prom? There's people being honored at halftime.
Let's let Rob Wilt tell us.
I'm lost. I thought I heard something about like court candidates, but it's like it's prom time. I'm all out of sorts, man. This is football. What a world we live in.
And it's April.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, my darn. It's crazy. You know, I've always made, like, preparations in case we ever had Rams baseball and Rams basketball on the same day. Like, Rams basketball goes to a super sectional, Rams baseball plays Salem.
Yep.
Never ever thought I'd have to worry about Rams baseball and Rams football on the same day.
Let me tell you, I hope this is the only time we ever have to do it.
I think everybody does. Is this going to be a bouncing, wobbling kick to about the 30? Forward progress should be 30-yard line where the Rams should have the football for a very brief time with 45.1 seconds to go here. In the second quarter, it's 32-zip Cahokia. They've scored 26 second-quarter points. Starting on the first play of the second quarter, and the Comanches are certainly starting to run away with it.
Yeah, they are, and important here, the Rams just hold on to the ball and make sure things don't get worse before they go in here at half. An interception here, like a pick six or something like that would obviously not be a positive thing.
Under center is Leak. The back is Nesbitt. Leak, about 5-step drop. He'll complete to Vernon at about the 30. Jakari's going to get shy of the 35. Can't get any further.
Yeah, that's a good safe play. Give your receiver a chance to break a play. Or break a run, excuse me. About a gain of, looks like about 3.
4 for 2nd and 6.
Yes, sir.
16 seconds left. Rams not in a hurry. Don't blame them. Far enough back. You just want to take care of the football, not get hurt. Vernon to the right, Lash to the left. Taylor tight left side. Under center is Leak. And they will pitch it to Nesbitt. Trying to stretch the field to the far sideline. It'll be a tackle for loss. Probably to about the 29 or 30. Nesbitt's going to lose about 4.
About 4 or 5, yeah.
We'll say one of those numbers. Halftime in the King City. It's the Cahokia Comanches 32, the Mount Vernon Rams 0. We'll take a break, come back with your Crossroads Community Hospital halftime show. This is Rams Football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Here's your Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, MVT.
CJ Opp, English and computer science teacher at Ashley Grade School. His nominee says he can make you laugh on a bad day, plus he makes learning fun and helps students really want to come to school every day. Nominate your most valuable teacher at section618.com.
MVT is brought to you by Rend Lake College, Munkin Toyota, Maderi Care Tenders, H&S Tree Service, Cafe Bloom, and Tony Wilt State Farm.
Your time is valuable. You don't have time to call around to places and get insurance quotes or go online and enter all your info just for a robot to tell you someone will contact you shortly. So frustrating. Hall Insurance Group in Mount Vernon can help. They're an independent insurance agency, so they shop from multiple carriers to find the best policy for you. Call Hall Insurance today at 244-7500 or visit them on Facebook or at 1006 Main in downtown Mount Vernon. Hall Insurance Group, because there's a difference between having insurance and actually being insured.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac in Mount Vernon, Illinois has the #1 collision center in the area. They work on all makes and models and are rated top in customer satisfaction. Their highly trained technicians use only the highest quality paint and supplies, providing you with the top-notch repairs you deserve. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac Collision Center offers direct repair for most major insurers, saving you time and offering convenience. Schedule your appointment today at schmidtchevrolet.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Mulhern, an orthopedic surgeon at Crossroads Orthopedic Clinic. I'm excited to join Dr. McIntosh and Justin Northcutt to help provide orthopedic services to Mount Vernon and the surrounding areas. From knee and hip replacements to sports injuries and broken bones, Crossroads Orthopedic Clinic is here to get you back on the road to better. Give us a call at 618-244-9038. That number again is 618-244-9038. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the office.
1, 2, 3. This is Mount Vernon Rams Football from WMIX Sports. The Crossroads Community Hospital halftime show starts now.
It's halftime, y'all, from Kent Hunt Stadium here from the broadcast booth. I'm Chris Hugo, Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonnon alongside. 32-0 is the Ram disadvantage here at the break. 32-zip Cahokia on top over your Mount Vernon Rams. Crossroads Community Hospital presents our halftime show. We have plenty to tell you about here at the break. We'll get you some scoring and stats in just a little bit. But, Coach, I know you're working on stats, but that was quite the second quarter for the Comanches. Give the Rams credit. Held Cahokia 6-0 after one. A little deceiving given that Cahokia had a touchdown come off the board at the end of the first. They score on the first play of the second quarter. But that was a big second quarter for Cahokia, and it shows they lead. They're one touchdown and 2-point conversion away from a running clock.
Yeah, and it's, they've shown us something here tonight. There's no doubt about that. I felt like coming into this, if the Rams, were able to pick up some first downs and shorten the game, and as we talked about, before the game, and keep the ball out of Cahokia's hands because they are so athletic, that, we'd keep the score within a reason and maybe even give ourselves a chance if we could punch a couple in. But, that's not happened. We didn't run enough plays in the first half. We didn't move the chains enough, and the ball was just in Cahokia's hands way too much. And they were able to do way too many things with it. So, consequently, it's 32-0. And if you go in now, it's a tough position for a coach to be in when you go in down 32-0. But you gotta go in there and you got to get their heads up. And I know Coach Graves will do that, and he's going to tell them to keep fighting. He's building right now. And that's all you can do is just keep teaching and make a few adjustments. Look to make some stops you didn't make in the first half and get a couple touchdowns, and you can walk away from this and know you fought and know you did the best you could.
No doubt about it. We'll take another break on your Crossroads Community Hospital halftime show. Come back, more thoughts, more stats, more scoreboard updates here on your Crossroads Community Hospital halftime report. 32-zip Cahokia on top of your Rams at the half. This is Mount Vernon Football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Keeping up with yard work is never easy. Stop by RP Lumber and experience the new lineup of Milwaukee Tool outdoor power equipment at their free event. Product demos, free raffle, Milwaukee Tool discounts. Find the event near you at rplumber.com.
Never had a Culver's Butterburger? Here are the 3 things you'll want to remember. Fresh, never frozen beef. Seared after you order. Crowned with a lightly buttered, toasted bun. I guess that's why the number 1 reaction to eating a Culver's Butterburger is, whoa, that is some burger.
Welcome to Delicious. And your new favorite are seared after you ordered Culver's Butterburger.
Culver's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams Football.
Crossroads Community Hospital sponsors our halftime report here from Kent Hunt Stadium. Crossroads Family Medicine is a proud supporter of the student-athletes of Mount Vernon Township High School, and if you didn't know, you should. Crossroads Family Medicine now accepting walk-in patients on Saturdays. That's tomorrow from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Go see Ryan Lane. He will help get you back on the road to better. Get you some scores coming up in just a moment. In the South 7, it has been an interesting night, certainly. All the teams participating in football tonight. Thankfully, the South 7 can say 100% participation this week. Unlike some other conferences, numbers are certainly an issue as we come into the final couple weeks of the regular season. We can tell you in the South 7 tonight, quick Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. Contact your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. He is a local agent, and having a local agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team is ready to help. In the South 7 tonight, after 1, Carbondale leads Althoff 15-6. Halftime, where Marion leads Centralia 21-16. Halftime in the BDC, Christopher Ziegler Royalton and Johnston City all knotted up at 6. In the Southwestern Conference, Belleville West doubling up Alton at the half. That halftime score is 28-14. Little Illini Conference tonight at halftime. Marshall is edging Newton 22-21. I did see a Mississippi Valley score a moment ago. They're doing something pretty cool this year, a little bit of a bracketed tournament in the final weeks of the season. Let's see if I can't get that one real quick. I know I just retweeted it. I believe Highland was leading Triad. And, of course, Cell Data not wanting to cooperate right now. Never does when you need it. But at any rate, Highland was up 21-0 over Triad at halftime. Interesting. Looks like you got some stats. We'll get to those in just a moment.
I'm obviously not a statistical pro, but I got the basics. For Mount Vernon, let me put my other glasses on.
Why don't we take a quick break? We'll come back. That way we can analyze the stats and have time to do that on this Crossroads Community Hospital halftime show. 32-0. Cahokia leads Mount Vernon here at the half. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, your iCar Gold Class collision repair professionals. So what exactly does iCar certified mean? It means that after an accident, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle is in good hands. It means we'll do a complete diagnostic scan on vehicles before the repairs are started and after they're completed to ensure that all electrical equipment and components are working properly. And it means that your vehicle will be repaired using state-of-the-art measuring technology that gets us within 1 millimeter of the vehicle manufacturer's recommended specifications. Whether your vehicle is made of 6000 series aluminum alloy or ultra-high-strength steel structures, we have the latest technology to complete the repairs required. And now, you can receive a repair estimate from us without ever leaving the comfort of your home and office. Just ask us about our new mobile app. Let us show you why Landers is the most qualified collision repair experts in the area. Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Just give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Do you have a minor illness or injury? Get quick care at SSM Health Express Clinics. With locations in Centralia and Mount Vernon, they offer quality medical care that works with your schedule. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7, and Sunday, 8 to 2. The Express Clinic in Mount Vernon and the primary care in Centralia are COVID-19 drive-through testing centers. To schedule an appointment, visit ssmhealth.com/quickcare.
Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois offers urgent care orthopedic visits for acute sprains and strains, joint pain, sports injuries, and possible fractures. No need to wait to schedule an appointment. You can be seen the same day. Just come to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon and visit one of our highly trained physician assistants or nurse practitioner. Please call 618-242-3778 or visit them on the web at orthocentersi.com.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXsports.com. Powered by Ren Lake College.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, Section 618 app tonight here from Ken Hunt Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School, where the Rams trail the Cahokia Comanches at the half, 32-0. I'm Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside Zach Matt-Miller with us in the broadcast booth. Brock Myers is back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight. Right now, Jeff, it's been all Comanches since the second quarter, and I think the halftime stats are going to tell us a lot.
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, yeah, the Comanches just had the ball way too long, and it just puts way too much pressure on your defense to try to, account for all those offensive threats out there. But the Ram statistics are as follows, and again, these are very unofficial, but they're pretty close. In the rushing category, Evan Leak led the Rams, the quarterback. He had 4 rushes for 21 yards. Devontae Nesbitt also had 4 rushes, but he only ends up with 1 yard. He was 10 in the positive, and then he had 2 straight runs of -4 and -5 to give him 1. And then Anthony Lash had 3 rushes for 15 yards. So a total rushing for the Rams, 11 rushes for 37 yards. That's a 3.4-yard average. And the Rams obviously did not score via the rush. Evan Leak, the quarterback for the Rams, was 4 for 10 with 1 interception for 77 yards and no touchdowns. The Rams were penalized 6 times in the first half for 50 yards. Over on the Cahokia side, Stink Holman led all rushers for them. They had 11 rushes for 72 yards. Chris Bradley went for 4 rushes for 24 yards. Xavier Mix had 1 rush for 2 yards. And Joviano Howard had 1 rush for 32 yards. They rushed 17 times for 130 yards, and they averaged a very, very respectable 7.5 yards per carry. Chris Bradley, the quarterback, threw 16 times, completed 13 of those for 237 yards and 3 big touchdowns for the Comanches. The Comanches were penalized just 4 times for 35 yards. So, as you can tell by the statistics, the Comanches had the ball and really did a lot with it when they had it. They had it too much, and when they had it, they were able to really gain some real estate. So in the second half, we'll see how this goes. But, again, let's see if the Rams can make some adjustments, slow this Cahokia team down a little bit, get a couple scores on the board, and go down swinging here.
Well, no doubt about that. And, Coach, I mean, Rams start off very well, especially defensively. They're able to contain the Comanches there in the first quarter. And it looked like, okay, maybe the Rams if they can get something going offensively, maybe they're going to have a shot tonight. And obviously it's not out of the realm of possibility until Cahokia gets us 8 more points.
Well, it started out pretty well. The first half was pretty good. It was 6-0. We did some things offensively in the first quarter. We got a couple first downs. We moved the chains a little bit via the run. Our passing, when we decided to pass, it wasn't successful early. And, that stopped the clock and obviously, gave them an opportunity to, we got into a position where we had to throw the ball there a couple times because of drop passes or incomplete passes. And then, that's not where you want to be with Cahokia. You just got to consistently keep those chains moving every time you run a play. And that's very hard to do, easier said than done. And then it just kind of started to leak away in the second half. So there were some good things. They were all pretty much in the first quarter. But there still were some pretty good things that happened then. So you look for positives, and those are the things you build on. You focus on the good and throw the bad away, and you just try to put 4 quarters together, and that's what you're always working for.
Absolutely, and it's extended halftime, mind you, sponsored by Crossroads Community Hospital as they're honoring the court for whatever they're honoring them for. Technically, it's prom time, but then this could be like a homecoming type thing because it's football. I'm absolutely baffled. Man, it is what it is. It's people being honored down below for the court. We'll find out exactly which court it is in a moment. We'll take a break, come back. 32-zip, Cahokia. After 2, this is Rams Football and your Crossroads Community Hospital halftime show from WMIX Sports in the Section 618 app.
Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon has a sporty, comfy Camry ready for your driveway. Get $1,250 customer cash on a 2021 Toyota Camry LE, XLE, or SE Nightshade Edition. To save on gas, see the Camry Hybrids. Get $1,750 customer cash and drive away in the 2021 Camry SE for $26,793.
Come on, family to yours with guaranteed satisfaction. Munkin's the one. Munkin's the one.
Find out what Wren Lake College could do for your future. Drop by RLC Showcase April 22nd in Mount Vernon. Representatives from the college will showcase programs that lead to high-paying jobs in the industries with a ton of demand for workers. Meet with their Skill Center staff to earn your GED, write a great resume, and plan a career. Tackle scholarships and financial aid. Learn about kids' summer camps, apprenticeships, childcare, and transportation. 1 to 8 p.m. April 22nd at the Roland Lewis Building in Mount Vernon. Visit rlc.edu/outreach for more information.
Contractors, carpenters, roofers, and remodelers. When you're a pro, you gotta hustle. And your local RP Lumber is here to help. Don't let getting your hands on building materials be the thing that keeps you from landing that next big job. With our industry-leading best service, best value promise, RP Lumber is more than just lumber. We're drywall, we're decking, we're shingles and paint. We have the hardware, tools, and building materials to help you knock out one project after another. Need it delivered? We do that right to your job site. Find your nearest location at rplumber.com. RP Lumber, we keep you building.
Here's your Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, MVT.
CJ Opp, English and computer science teacher at Ashley Grade School. His nominee says he can make you laugh on a bad day, plus he makes learning fun and helps students really want to come to school every day. Nominate your most valuable teacher at section618.com.
MVT is brought to you by SIU Credit Union, Joiner Therapy Services, Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports, Johnny Logan College, and Graphics Galore in Marion.
Year after year, there are certain moments that will last a lifetime. A future Hall of Famer has been delivering those moments for Cardinals fans.
One pitch from Kimbrel, and Molina ties the game. Unbelievable. 8-8 at Wrigley Field.
It's Yadier Molina. That was a great moment. Listen all season long on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Cardinal Baseball on 94.1 WMIX.
I'm Andy Robb with a look at your next rad weather. Clouds tonight with a shower late, low 46. Cloudy with some showers for tomorrow, high 61. Saturday night, cloudy, low 40. Clouds and sun with a shower Sunday, high 64. And Monday, high 67. If you've had roof damage, your insurance could cover your new roof. For a free inspection, contact the roofing guys at 618newroof.com. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
You ready for some football? Let's play some football. Back to the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
94.1 FM, and hey, we're not on the FM tonight, are we? AM 940, 96.5 FM, and the Section 618 app on homecoming night here from Ken Hunt Memorial Stadium. It is indeed homecoming night. When you're in doubt and you have great people listening, they will help you out. And we appreciate everybody who texted us to let us know. And you can see why we'd be confused and why it'd be a big kerfluffle, given that it's prom time, but it's homecoming night. It's football tradition. There we are. That's what we have going on, but it's anything but home sweet home tonight for the Rams. They trail 32-0.
Yeah, they do. And about 3.5 minutes to go here. And of course, the 40-point rule now on continuous clock?
Yes.
Yeah, so, the Rams are just 8 points away, so hopefully the defense can hold and, again, get this ball away from this potent Cahokia offense. And if not, Cahokia is going to be to 40 pretty quick. Although they've not been very good at extra points, I will say that. They're going to need 8 to get there. So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully they don't get a chance.
Well, we certainly will. And it's about warm-up clock time here from Ken Hunt Stadium, and 32-zip. I mean, that's the bad thing about it. I mean, for the Rams, obviously, the way things had progressed in the first quarter, like we talked about it earlier on this Crossroads Community Hospital halftime, things look good. Things looked okay. But again, when you think about the fact they're 8 points away from a running clock, you start to lose a little bit of hope. But you can't do that. You have to have some hope and some swagger coming out of the locker room, make some adjustments, and hope for the best.
Absolutely. And, you've got a whole half to go here to do some positive things, and you did some positive things last week. That's the other thing is, it was for the 47-30 something 36-point ball game last week. You had a really good chance. You got a win in the books already. You're playing a team here. That's one of the top teams in our conference right now. I think they played Marion to 1 point, did they not? 23-22, something like that. So you're stepping up to the top here when you play them. And, you may get beat, but there's still some good things you can do to build on for next week.
No doubt about that. A lot of building opportunities here. And this is the second game of the day on WMIX. First game we had was Rams baseball and Belleville East Lancers. 4-0 win for the Orange and Black today. They faced the number 20 sophomore pitcher in the nation, number 1 in the state of Illinois today. Xander Meath is his name. Had some control issues. Ended up allowing 4 earned runs on a couple of walks. Did strike out 6, but for the Rams, what a day on the mound. Tyshawn Johnson gets the win in 4 innings of work. Surrendered just 3 hits, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Understand he was throwing strikes today, and he apparently looked good. Throwing 70 pitches, 47 of them were strikes for the Ram offense, of course. Another big day for Kanan Dilte, who I think just a 1-for-3 day, but just another 2 runs batted in. Had a big day against Benton to open the year and having another big day today. But for the Rams, just 2 hits on the day. Brock Holloway got the other. Still a 4-0 win for Mount Vernon. They're 2-1 on the season. And back on the radio Monday against a team that I will be there for. Nothing's ever where you need it, Lonan.
No, I know.
I have so many different apps open on the iPad and iPhone. Rams have the Central Cougars on Monday. 4:15 pregame, 4:30 your first pitch. Lady Rams softball makes its WMIX debut tomorrow. A noon start for a game against Crab Orchard. They play Carterville at some point. I think Carterville snuck in a game in between the two now. But we have 2 from the Lady Rams tomorrow here on AM 940, 96.5 FM. Next week, we're busy every night. Of course, we have the Rams and Cougars and baseball on Monday. Lady Rams softball at Johnston City on Tuesday. Centralia and Lady Rams volleyball is now Wednesday. We'll have that for you with streaming video on the Section 618 app and WMIXsports.com. It's the Rams and Highland on Thursday afternoon. That's always been a great battle between the two. Used to be an end-of-season doubleheader, Now just one game on a Thursday afternoon. And then next Friday, we have another doubleheader for you. Effingham comes to town for Rams baseball. We'll follow it up with the Orphans and Rams football next Friday night. Lady Rams had a double dip on next Saturday, but I understand that has been canceled, as I'm told. Here, it's the Rams and Comanches. It's football action. That's why we're here. It's 32-0. And, Coach, if you're the Rams, I mean, what do you do in the second half? I mean, I think the complexion changes. They get that if they get that 8 points, but until then, what do you do?
Well, you just try to keep your head up. You try to play hard, and you don't give up. I think that's the main thing the coaches are looking for right now. Is you keep fighting, you keep going forward, and you maintain a positive attitude, and that's about all you can do. These things happen once in a while, and it's a character builder for sure. It's hard to get beat. It's hard to get beat bad like this, but you got to keep your heads up. You got to keep playing hard, keep it classy, and try to make some positive plays. Do some good things offensively and defensively. You can build on in a film session, and like I said, just go on to next week because you've got another game next week to play, and look at it this way: if we were to win next week and we can get 2 wins. And you're Coach Graves, I mean, you got a lot of optimism going forward there. You got a little momentum. This doesn't turn around, in 4 or 5 games. This is first season with new coaches, and it's very difficult, coming from where we've come from. So, I just think that we're just looking for positives right now and things to build on. And hopefully we get that here in the second half, and then we carry that momentum in to maybe get us a win next week.
Well, and it would be big to be able to turn around and get a win over Centralia next Friday night.
And certainly not impossible. When you look at the score of the Cahokia Centralia game last week, Cahokia did this very same thing to Centralia, and very similar type score so far. I think that the Rams got to be thinking they've got a chance to win one next week if they play well. So. Another reason to end this one positively and on an up note and playing as hard as you possibly can.
No doubt about that. We'll check in with some scores from around the area. Sponsored by Tony Wilcher, State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. They've hit halftime, Carbondale and Altoff. It's now the Terriers 30, the Crusaders 6. Also at halftime, Marion leads Centralia 21-16. CZR over Johnson City. Nope, pardon me. That's a tie game. 6-6 CZR at Johnson City. At halftime, Freeburg slipped out of the King City yesterday with a baseball win. Right now on the road in Salem, they lead the Wildcats in football 19-7. Freeburg's really become a baseball power. May have already been one. Breeze Central, they come to town for baseball on Monday. In football, they lead Alton Marquette tonight 35-0 at the half. Oh boy, Mascoutah in the third quarter leads Collinsville 42-7. That's in the third quarter. Other scores from around the area. If I can get through the Twitterverse, man, we follow a lot of questionable accounts on the WMIX Sports Twitterverse, stuff that's meaningless when you're looking for scores. After 3 quarters, Fairfield and Harrisburg. Wow, the Mules lead the Bulldogs 23-0. Of course, Harrisburg found themselves without DuQuoin tomorrow. They went and picked up a Fairfield team. Fairfield was supposed to play Vienna Goreville, and ends up as a case where Vienna Goreville's like, we're done. We're out. It's good. We're done. And so Harrisburg picked up Fairfield after losing a game. Crazy story of the Sparta Bulldogs. They were supposed to host the Benton Rangers this week. Benton was supposed to play Sparta. Massac was supposed to play somebody else. Whatever happens, it ends up as Benton Nashville now tomorrow, and Sparta's pretty well done. And then Carterville has to go get a last-minute game with a team from Missouri again today, and they may not have a game next week if DuQuoin is truly done. It is just absolutely crazy right now, these final couple of weeks of football, without a doubt.
Did I say let's just be happy we're playing?
Absolutely, because we should be.
Yeah, because there's a great example of that, just chaotic situation, just trying to find a game and play. And, yeah, it's still going on, no doubt. So
Simpson will kick off for the first time tonight for the Rams, and that one will bounce around at about the 20-yard line, picked up off a bobble by the Comanches, looking for that left side there between the hashes. That's going to be a heck of a run here for Cahokia. Xavier Mix. Mix gets to about midfield, shy of it actually, to about the 48-49, maybe the 50, if they're froggy.
a really good field position here, right at about the 50-yard line. Again, seems like they've started there 3 or 4 times tonight.
They've had good field position on most of their possessions.
Except for the first quarter, when we were able to pin them down there 2 or 3 times with great punts by Evan Leake. After that, they've really flipped the field on us.
We are 8 seconds into the third quarter. Comanches just need 8 points for a running clock. All the action driven by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports Group in Nashville, the #1 volume dealer in Southern Illinois. Shop online at holzhauer.com. Under the center for the quarterback, Bradley, split left and right. Out of play action, looking downfield is Bradley to the left side. Ooh, over the top, just floats a pass. That's going to be an easy completion. Now the left side out of bounds at about the 35-yard line will be Daniel Berry. No wonder I'm having trouble with Cahokia names. My roster is being used for the scoreboard I just read. Flip it upside down. I'm good to go now. Berry got a gain of about what?
14.
14 yards for Berry.
And Bradley just picks right up where he left off in the first half.
Certainly does. He'll work out of the pistol now, split left and right, spreading some things out. Nope, now he'll be flanked on the left by Stink Holman. So stinking fast probably is why he's called that. Way back to pass and being flushed out of the pocket now is Bradley, and he'll throw one away. Nobody really in the neighborhood there for the Comanches.
That's just Bradley's 4th miss of the game.
So let's see what this flag does here. It's downfield.
It's going to be on Cahokia.
So it's grounding on the quarterback, Bradley. Not what you want if you're the Comanches. Well, if you've been injured, call Hannigan and McGovern at 618-241-9251. Maybe a bruised ego there on that one. 11:33 mark of the third quarter. 32-0, Cahokia on top of your Mount Vernon Rams.
It's a 10-yard penalty. Yeah, 10 yards.
So it'll be on the 46-yard line for the Comanches. Ball spotted on the far hash. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Single back set out of the gun here for the quarterback, Bradley. Takes the snap. Ooh, quick throw downfield to number 8, Deloach, and that's a good defensive play there. I thought I saw Rios and maybe a Randall in the picture.
Yeah, it was Rios that knocked it down. He made a great break on the ball. If he breaks on that about a second earlier, that may be a pick 6.
Rams can certainly use that amongst some other scoring tonight. Video streaming presented by Rend Lake College. If you need a career change, RLC offers dozens of programs focused on putting you in a new job in as little as a year. Find out more at rlc.edu. Your journey starts at Rend Lake College. Out of the gun for the quarterback, Bradley. Looks deep downfield toward the far sideline, and that is going to be a race to the finish down there, and that's in and out of the hands. Maybe through the hands of the intended target, Conway, it appears. No, that's not Conway. That's number 21, Jamequay Harvey.
And Cahokia not shy about trying to get to this 40 points, are they?
No.
That's 3 straight throws. And we'll see what they do here. If they punt, this will be their first punt of the game, I believe.
We shall see. It would appear.
Looks like they're going to punt.
It would appear that
That's
way.
a punting formation anyway.
Lash back to return for the Rams. Here's the punt. Booted toward the far sideline. It'll be along the far hash. Takes a bounce. Comanches are going to down it. They'll pin the Rams back at about the 3-yard line.
That was actually their second punt. They punted one time in the first quarter. 46.
I believe on their first drive.
Yeah.
Wood flooring can add luxury and value to a home. Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply at Mount Vernon has an amazing selection of traditional, distressed, sculpted, even reclaimed wood. All at exceptional prices as we hit the 11:13 mark of this third quarter. 32-zip, but the Rams have the football on their own 3. Opportunity to get something done here, maybe chip away at a drive and start the comeback. They'll work out of the pistol here. Baird to the left, 3 to the right. The Ram back is Nesbitt. Leak, the Ram quarterback, the senior, our reigning Ram of the week, takes it himself. Quarterback keeper runs up the right side. Looks like he's dancing close to the 12. I don't think he got a first down, but he get a nice run.
Looks like about a yard short, but that is a nice run for 9. And again, the rushing game, which has been kind of a bright spot tonight when we've done it, looks really good. That's a gain of 9 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 1 here for the Rams. 10:50 mark of the third quarter. Leak is our reigning Ram of the week, sponsored by Josh Finley. More on him after this play, 2nd and 1. And the Rams will go early. Contact Josh Finley at Country Financial today to talk about how he can help ensure the future you're dreaming of is something you could proudly own, no matter what it looks like. To help protect what matters most, call Josh Finley from Country Financial. 10:42 left in this third quarter. That'll push the Rams back 5. It'll be 2nd and 6. Two to the right, 1 to the left. Leak, the quarterback, calls for the snap. He's going to run it himself. Trying to stretch the field to the near sideline. He's at the 10. Cahokia catches up as he gets to about the 12. Close.
So he gained about 5. Close to a first down.
They give him the first down. Gain of 6. So first down for the Rams, maybe what the doctor ordered. If you're looking for a new doctor, go to ssmhealth.com/doctors. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. It's 1st and 10, 32-0, the Ram deficit, but trying to chip away here yard by yard. Lash, Plummer, Vernon to the right, Baird to the left. Oh, too many guys moving. Can't do that. Well, I mean, you can. It's going to end up like that every time.
Yeah.
Ruin your weekend.
It's unfortunate because, you gain 5, then you lose 5. We gained 9 on the first play, and then we lost 5, and then we gained 5, and we lost 5. So I'm sure Coach Graves is not happy about that. Just hard to make headway.
1st and 15 for the Rams, trailing 32-0 with 10:17 left in the third. Leak out of the pistol for the Rams. 3 left, 1 to the right. The back is Nesbitt, looking for the pass to Nesbitt. Nice play, but don't know if it was overtossed or just not caught.
Well,
tough to tell with this.
It was just a bad place to catch the ball. He was exposed, and the Cahokia cornerback was closing pretty hard. And I think he heard footsteps, and he just put his hands down to protect himself. And he's still down on the field. He got hit right in the, looked to me like right in the ribs, Chris.
Certainly hope that he is okay. That's, you never want to see a kid down on the ground regardless of what happened. Scoreboard updates tonight every night, sponsored by your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team and that white State Farm Jeep are ready to help. Even the red State Farm golf cart, if you're in the right place at the right time on the right day of the week. So we certainly hope that Nesbitt is okay on the field.
Yeah, no doubt. He's important, as they all are. But as a skill player, they do lean on him quite often.
He's walking under his own power, which is great.
Yeah, that's good to see. He's probably going to be a little sore in the morning, though. He took a pretty good shot to the ribs there.
We hit the 10:05 mark of the third quarter. Again, the Rams are trailing 32-0. In case you've just tuned in. There we go. 10:05. Out of the gun here in the third. That's going to be a quick handoff for the Rams, and it looks like that's Gabe Taylor. Gabe Taylor on a run past the 10 to about the 12. As I'm going Stretch Armstrong with my neck here.
That's Gabe's first carry of the game.
Gained about 3. I believe had a 1-yard touchdown last week against Carbondale. On the road in Jackson County.
3rd and 11 now. It's a throwing down. We'll see what the Rams have in store here. It'd be really nice to move these chains again. It's kind of nice when Cahokia doesn't have the ball to unleash that potent offense that they have. There you go.
Carry up the right side. Anthony Lash trying to stretch it out to the far sideline. Gets to about the 15. So Lash 2.0 with a gain of about 4 perhaps.
It's not quite enough, and they're probably going to have to punt here. Obviously, you're down there really deep in your own territory.
After 3 at Tony Wilt's scoreboard in the BDC, Johnston City and CZR are still tied at 6. Super Bowl champ Anthony Hargrove and the CZR Bearcats having a nice season. 4th and 8 here for the Rams. Punting formation.
Get a penalty.
I thought they were. Penalty. Flag. 8:42 to go in the third. 32-0 Cahokia on top here from Ken Hunt Stadium. We're in the SSM Health broadcast booth. Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside. Zach Matt Miller with us. He takes care of the video tonight. Brock Myers back at the Mount Vernon studio with plenty of time remaining in this second half for some hijinks.
That was on Cahokia, correct?
On the Comanches.
Illegal substitution.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Makes it 4th and 3, a very attainable 4th down for the Rams. 4th and 3 yards to go. Baird and Lash to the left side. I'm going to guess we're going to timeout. And why not?
Maybe go on 2 here and try to draw them off sides.
The Comanches, all dressed in white with blue trim, called the timeout. Sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust, ready to serve all of your banking needs. With online and mobile banking, you can bank with First Mid on anytime from anywhere. Visit firstmid.com today. Mobile, also known in the States as mobile. 8:42 left in the third. 32-0. I don't think this is what the Rams possibly saw happening tonight. But plenty of time.
Well, and the good news is Cahokia just hasn't come out and run us over and got their 40, and now the clock's running. I mean, there is some fight going on right now. There's 8:42 left to go, and they're still at 32 points. So, you look at that, and if we can keep it there for a while longer, make a few things happen. You've had a successful third quarter. Now you've played 2 good quarters in the game instead of 1. So, again, I know it's 32-0, but we'll see what happens. Rams going to go for it here, right, Chris?
Got to, in my opinion.
4th and 3.
I'm certainly not a football mind by any stretch of the imagination.
Scoreboard's wrong. It says 4th and 8. It's really 4th and 3.
Now Leake steps backward as if he's going to punt.
Yeah, quick kick.
Gets it off to about midfield. Nice hop. Ooh, no, not a good hop. Now it takes another hop as it falls to the ground. Only going to get to about the 46.5-yard line. Where it's great field position for the Comanches. With 8:32 to go in the third, 32-0 Cahokia, and this is certainly not the position you want to be in for the Rams if you're trying to avoid the potential of a running clock.
It was a 39-yard punt. Not too awful bad.
You were on hand for the longest punt in Rams history, I believe.
Deaton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 77 yards?
It was a long way.
It was a boom.
Yeah, it was a long way.
Bounced a lot, didn't it?
That was also my last year. Josh Sears kicked a 51-yard field goal up north.
That was 53.
Was it 53?
I think so, in Bloomington.
Yeah, Bloomington.
Is that a playoff game? Had to be. It wasn't on the regular season schedule.
Game. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that has to be a school record, right?
I would hope. Comanches take over 1st and 10, 8:32 left in the third on their own 46-yard line. Confusion in their backfield. Somehow, quarterback is able to get away from the traffic, but not for long as Bradley will take a loss. Probably of about 2 or 3. Let's see. That was 08. Which means the final game that year was on the road at Metamora. Final regular season game.
Now you're getting into a time warp that I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the game well, but I can't tell you in sequence who we played from week to week.
Yeah.
But that was an interesting trip to Metamora.
That might have been the 07 season. Whatever. Here we are here in the 2021 season. That's what matters most right now. Inside handoff to Stink Holman. Gets to the line of scrimmage. Now he's passed, making some running room down to the 40 inside to the 38 on the far hash. Gain of probably 18-ish.
16. You got a great eye. That's 18 yards.
18 yards on the ground for Stink Holman. He'll be on the All-South 7 name team, even though it's a nickname. 7:23 left. Fumbled snap. Bradley's able to hang on, and that was a quick tackle by the Rams. Good play there to get in traffic. I think that was Brad Davis. So that's a slight loss. It'll be first and something. Probably about 13, 14. And we'll drop below 6:50 to go here in the third quarter.
Yep, and Cahokia is yet to score, so regardless of how sloppy Cahokia is or Mount Vernon, the final result is they have not scored. So let's see if the Rams defense can hold for the rest of this quarter. That would be really nice.
2nd and 13's out of the gun by Bradley. Complete on the far sideline. Nice turn, and what a move down to the 30, inside of the 20 now by Benford. So Benford gets inside the 20, maybe to about the 17.
24.
Unreal.
Yeah, I think I spoke too soon. That was a 24-yard completion by Bradley. He's going to be pushing 300 yards here, not too much longer if he keeps winging it. Got to find a way to maybe get a little rush on him and get him out of the pocket, but I know I say that, and then he's such a good athlete, he ends up running for 8 or 10. Just a very, very hard kid to get on the ground. Good athlete.
Comanches send 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Under center for Cahokia is Bradley. Hobbling man in motion, but it'll be a pitch to Stink Holman up to the right side. Gets to the near hash. He's at the 15. Now inside the 10. 5. Leans in. Oh, but that's a great tackle by the Rams.
He did not get in.
He did not. He was spun back around by number 80, Alec Valentine. And the 6'1 junior comes up with a big tackle. So that'll be about a 16-yard carry.
It was exactly 16, but they still have a yard to go thanks to the tackle.
You run that play again?
And that's
or
what
just
I'm,
a running play?
I think they'll just run it. They'll give it to Stink Holman now, who's lined up about 5 deep. Either that or quarterback sneak it.
Stink Holman looking for his second score of the night. Instead, it's just Bradley on a sneak.
They snuck it. Yeah. Flag? Nope.
It is 38-0. Comanches, you know it, going for 2. Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports Group in Nashville is the #1 volume dealer in Southern Illinois. Buying a vehicle is simple, easy, and fun. Shop all of their brands at holzhauers.com. 5:49 mark here of the third. It's 38-zip Cahokia. Comanches going for 2, trying to get it to 40, in which case there'd be a running clock. Quick pass into the back of the end zone. It's dropped, and 38-0 it stays.
All right.
Still opportunity here for the Rams.
Holman went over 100 yards on the ground there. He's at 106 now.
Ram fans are delighted. There's still opportunity here with 5:49 to go in the third. 38-zip the score. And the Comanches will kick off. It'll be our next Josh Finley WMIX Sports Ram of the Week. See Josh Finley at Country Financial. Learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial. This week's Ram of the Week is Evan Leake. Last week's was Marina Wilson. The week before that was Landon Simpson. The list goes on and on. I think Claire Heinzman the week before that for her All-South 7 honors.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
POY. Or P-O-T-Y. If you include the O, you might as well include the T for of the. Here's kickoff. Could be a Rams baseball player this week. Could be a Lady Rams volleyball player. Who knows? Garrett gets the pickup off of the ground, carries it to the 35, and runs it back to about the 37. A return of about 8. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams here, trailing 38-0. Still time. 5:43 left to go in the third. So the Rams can get a comeback win tonight. Have a chance to finish over 500 for the first time since 2013.
Yes, sir.
Playoff year. DeMontez, Miller Gray amongst others on that team. Had to be Reeves. As we'll have a quick handoff here right up the gut for Gabe Taylor. So Taylor gets a run of about 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. .5:18 to go in the third. Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside WMIX. Mount Vernon, free service from Withers Broadcasting. It's a quick snap. Oh, Leak hit hard in the backfield. Not sure if that was designed. Not the hit, but the play. As Benford, I think, was the man that really leveled him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, whether he just missed a handoff or if that was just a designed fake and run, but whatever it was.
William Washington was in the play.
Yes, William Washington was there quickly.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Verdon and Plummer right. Baird left. Also in the backfield is Lash on the left side of the quarterback. Leak. Taylor is on the right side. 4:24 mark of the third quarter. 38-0. Dropping back to pass. Leak looking downfield. He's going to have to run for it. Almost breaks a tackle. Does break a tackle at the 40. Down to the 45. Near sideline at midfield. Brought down at the 49-yard line. Let's see if they get the spot right. They do not. He was at the 49, sir. At the 49 in Cahokia territory. At the 49. Not midfield. At the 49.
But it is a first down, and we're moving the chains.
It is.
And you're not going to get that yard no matter how much you ask for it.
It's not a requisition. It's fact. I watched those phalanges step out of bounds at the 49, along with the rest of the anatomy. 4:06 mark of the third. 38-0 Cahokia. Rams at midfield. Near hash is the spot. Out of the gun. Works Leak. Hand off to Lash. He'll come to the near sideline. He's past midfield. Steps out at about the 46. Yes, sir. There you go. Gain of 4.
About 4 or 5. And again, if you imagine the score 0-0, this is the pace that you'd want it at if you were the Rams. You know, picking up your 3, 4, 5, getting a big run from Leak every now and then, 10, 12 yards, picking up, first downs, moving the chains, the clock's running. This is kind of how you got to get to keep them at bay and keep that offense off the field. The pace right now is really good for the Rams. Now let's see if they can keep it up.
3:55 here in the third. Out of the gun. Leak going to keep it himself. Finds some running room, trying to stretch it to the far side. Nice cut. He gets to the 40.
Yep.
Looking for the 35. Now brought down at about the 32, which would be a gain of about 14 on the ground for Evan Leak if it holds.
Looks like it's going to. Yep, good job, Evan. Yeah, when you can mix in a couple of those guys, get 3 or 4 yards, and then you can have him bust a big one every now and then like that, it's a completely different offensive football team.
3:47 mark of the third. 38-0 Cahokia. Rams have it 1st and 10. Dancing in Cahokia territory from the 32-yard line. Baird to the left side. Same 2 backs in the backfield for the Rams. I would think they would switch sides. There they go.
Yeah.
Lash and Taylor. To the right side, Plummer, who's now in motion to the left. Out of the gun, Leak. Quick handoff. Taylor. He'll run right up the middle between the hashes, back to the far hash at about the 30. They might give him 30 or 31. Looks like to the 30 for a gain of 2 for Gabriel Taylor. Gabe for short. Same formation. 2nd and 8. From the Cahokia 30 on the far hash. Now the backs switch sides, so it's no longer the same formation. Same formation, I guess.
Well, it's
just a wrinkle.
Yeah.
Back to pass at about the 40 is Leak. Looking downfield, gets one off. That'll be to Verdon. In and out of his hands as he had it at about the 7. Ran with it all the way backward as he was being pushed to the 10, where the ball succumbs to the ground. and falls incomplete.
Yeah, Leak put that exactly where he had to put it as the receiver was coming back to the ball. Just got to make that catch right there, and that would have had the Rams in business, Chris.
Instead, it's 3rd and 8 from the 30 with 2:36 left in this third quarter.
You know, Leak just keeps playing hard, though, doesn't he? I mean, that's a spot-on throw right there, and he's still trying to make plays, and that's what you want to see out of your quarterback and out of your leader.
This team does not quit either.
Oh.
That's important to note.
No.
Taylor, the lone back this time on 3rd and 8. Under center, Leak. Uh-oh, he's being flushed. After being chased, he'll dump one off, looking for Lash, and that's going to be partially tipped, partially bobbled, fully incomplete.
Yeah,
It'll bring up 4th down. That was a great effort by Lash.
It was. That was a near miss. Just another a couple of inches of separation, and that would have been a touchdown.
Quick Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. Marion leading Centralia after 3, 34-16. Centralia comes into town Friday night looking to, well, they're guaranteed to finish above 500 because they started off with Althoff twice and Carbondale once. Lost to Cahokia. May or may not lose to Marion. It's a 6-game season, Hugo. What are you thinking? They might finish at 500.
It's hard to keep track.
It is.
You know, some teams are playing 6, some play 5, some have 4.
Some called it a day.
Cahokia had 3,
yeah.
Right? They were 2-1.
2-1.
I mean,
timeout on the field presented by First Mid-Bank and Trust. But it's been an incredible year. I think we all would have heavily laid money on the heavy favorite to no sports at all this school year in Illinois, and we all would have been losers. Quick turnaround. First basketball game was at some point in February. I think February 2nd. It sounds like a Tuesday. That was our first sports broadcast of this school year. Rams went to Mount Carmel, went on a nice game winner by Carson Pro. 53-55 sounds right. And now here we are, week 5 of a 6-week football season. Baseball going on. We've already been through basketball. Bowling. Ooh-wee.
Yeah. Soccer's going on. There's things going on, Chris. I don't even know they're going on. Everything's going on so fast. Every time I turn around, there's another sports team heading out the door, going to play.
It's crazy.
It is. It is.
4th and 8 for the Rams here from the Cahokia 30.
But it's a good thing.
Leak out of the gun. Rolling to the left side. Steps back to about the 39. Gets one off, and that one might be picked.
Nope, he dropped it.
That's probably a good thing for Cahokia.
Yeah. Yeah, it saved him about 10 yards by him not catching that. Well, the Rams had a little bit of a drive there. And got a few first downs.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Comanches from their own 30 with 2:23 left in the third quarter. Rams football on your radio, driven by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports Group in Nashville. Where buying a vehicle is simple, easy, and fun. Shop their brands at holzhauers.com. Comanches will start this drive with 70 yards to go. They want that running clock. Rams certainly not giving up. 2:20 mark of the third. It's going to be an inside handoff up that left side, and that's a great run by Steen Coleman. Short of a first down, about 8 yards.
He just adds to his total. He's up to 116 yards now on the night on 15 carries. Not too bad.
It's after 3 now with Carbondale and Althoff, 30-6, thanks to Tony Wilt State Farm for the scoreboard. Now early 4th, Marion 34, Centralia 24, adding on to the TW scoreboard. So we'll have a flag. The way they're moving looks like it might be against the Rams. It's going to be a first down for Cahokia. Centralia comes to town Friday night. We'll be on the air more than likely following Rams baseball. Might start in progress. You never know. Today's game ended up pretty quickly.
It's Mount Vernon's 9th penalty of the game.
Out of the gun, Bradley looking downfield, doesn't have much, finally gets a man. That's Gonzalez, number 13, down the right sideline. He'll turn around, play is broken up, but they call pass interference on Marcus Garrett. I don't know. He was playing the ball, not the man. Probably because he was running straight at Gonzalez, but then was able to turn around, and he did deflect it.
I thought that was a pretty good play. I mean, all things considered. I mean, it's 38-0. You know?
Yeah.
And that's a 50-50 call. And you're home.
Your saving grace
I don't
is
know.
that it's not a spot penalty. It's just flat 15 yards.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Comanches. We're less than a minute 30 to go in the third. 38-0. Cahokia on top in the South 7 Conference action tonight on WMIX. Appreciated one of our sponsors, including Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply. Wood flooring can add luxury and value to a home. Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply in Mount Vernon has an amazing selection of traditional, distressed, sculpted, even reclaimed wood, all at exceptional prices. 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 47 for the Comanches. Out of the gun works Bradley. His back is Holman. Play action. Nice slant there. That's a great slant play. Catching that is Deloche, pardon me, as he'll get down to the 35 in Mount Vernon territory, gain of 12.
I think if he just keeps running on that slant, he probably gets a lot more.
Yes.
But for some reason, he planted and reversed out.
I know you have great memories of a slant pass against Cahokia.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I believe that was in the playoffs of 2009, 8?
7.
I believe Jacob Albus was quarterback.
42 yards, I think. Dontrell Black, maybe?
Yep. That was
out of the gun, rolling left now is Bradley. Is he looking for a man downfield? Of course
Yes,
he is. And that's going to be complete at about the 25 and down all the way to the 21, it would appear. Thought that was Deloche again. No, it's 9. That is Keyshawn Lyons. Great grab.
Yes, sir. It sure was. Good throw. I'll tell you what, they're not pulling back. They continue to throw the ball. Bradley had 237 yards in the first half, and he's approaching, just looking at it, he's getting close to 300 now.
24 seconds left in the third. Now looking downfield from the 21-yard line. Toward the far corner of the end zone. That's going to be caught.
Wow.
Caught, looks like he got a foot in, and that is number 21, Harvey, with the catch. That'll be a 21-yard touchdown. It's 44-0.
I'm really impressed with that throw. And he just bought himself some time with his feet. The Rams flushed him a little bit, and he had to reset his feet, relocate, and he just threw a bullet to about the mid part of the end zone along the pylon over there and hit the receiver in stride. Really, really good throw.
Let Bean Insurance and Chris Bean cover you today. Call 242-6017 or go to beaninsurance.net. 16.3 seconds in the third, 44-0 Cahokia, going for 2 to try to make it 46-zip. Bradley is going to have to go left. Overthrows into the end zone, incomplete. It's 44-0, and we'll have a running clock the rest of the way. For all your real estate needs, see Pam Kirkpatrick at Coldwell Banker in Mount Vernon. She and her staff are there to help you 7 days a week, serving the Mount Vernon area since 1986. Now 42-24. Centralia trailing Marion as the Wildcats get a pick 6. Scoreboard update presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. Look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get to a better state with State Farm. .3 seconds left to go.
Cahokia 1 for 7 on extra points. Got the ball on the ground again, Chris. That's an interesting deal. Ball just laying flat on the ground. I don't even think he has it on a tee. Just spirals it down there, and it spins around.
Rios picks it up at the 30, down to the 35, down to the 38. A return of 8 for Miguel Rios.
I'll tell you what, when they kick it that way, you better pick it up because he doesn't kick it very far. And, they're sprinting down there like a, 100-yard dash. And you got to get that ball in your hands and go because you could lose it pretty easy. All right, that's the end of the quarter. That was a long third quarter.
It
was. It not?
We head to the fourth. Cahokia 44, Rams nothing. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports in the Section 618 app.
Where's your playground?
This is where it's at.
The end of the road is where the real fun begins during the Jeep Celebration event at Holtzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois.
Oh, and the adventure begins again.
Adventures never run free. Make memories with every mud pit and rocky terrain. Earn that post-trip car wash.
Jeep hair, don't care.
Let's start your new Jeep life at Holtzhauer's Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois. Where's your playground? When you have a new Jeep, it's anywhere you want.
Everyone is talking about the future these days. I'm Country Financial Representative Josh Finley. Let's work together so you own your future. All you need is the right plan to get you started, the kind of plan that will take into account all the things in life that matter most. I can work with you to put the pieces in place to help secure a comfortable tomorrow. No matter what stage of life you're in, now is the time to start developing a plan to own your future. Call 242-4024 or online at josh.finley@countryfinancial.com.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports.
First snap of the fourth quarter with a running clock. It'll be Evan Leake on a quarterback keeper. Gains about 8 on the play, right up the middle to the 30, how about the 44-yard line? 7-ish.
Yep. Evans rushed for 66 yards now.
11:36 left. Here in this one. Rend Lake College powers our streaming. Log on to rlc.edu so you can save thousands on over 100 degree and certificate programs. Out of the pistol is Evan Leake. Rolling to the right side, he'll run. Dumps one off, and that looks like it might be completed about the 40.
I believe it is.
44 in Cahokia territory, complete to Lash. I think that was 44 to 44.
44 to 44, right. Is that 6?
12 by my count. I could be wrong.
Yep.
So it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Rams. 1st and 10, trailing 44-0. It is a running clock, mind you.
Evan up to 93 yards through the air now. Just one more completion. As long as it's 7 yards or more, he'll be at 100 yards passing.
Lash in motion, and it'll be a penalty. Motion penalty against the Rams, 10:27 mark of this fourth quarter. SSMHealth.com/doctors to find your next physician. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. All the way back to midfield. It's actually on the Cahokia side of the 50. Leake will be under center, bunched up each side. Vernon in motion to the left. Garrett looks to be the running back, and Leake going left to get to the far sideline, is able to get one off, tipped, and it'll be incomplete.
No, I think he caught that, didn't he?
All right.
Sure did.
Baird catches it.
Yep, one-handed. Reach back, one-handed catch. Excellent, excellent.
About a 13-yard catch.
Yep. That puts Evan over 100 yards on the night through the air. Let's see if the Rams can punch one in here.
Oh, maybe not, though. Huh. Oh, there's a penalty. That's right.
Yeah.
Run right up the middle by Evan Leake down to the 30. Gain of about 6. 9-minute mark of the fourth. 44-0. Cahokia on top. The Comanches are going to improve to 3-1. The Rams will drop to 1-4.
Evan now up to 72 yards on the ground for the Rams, already over 100 yards passing.
One of our 3 stars of the game coming up in the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. Leak back to pass. He's on the far hash. Now, nice cross pass to Plummer down to the 15. Good catch by Plummer. Gain of 15. Comanches want a timeout. Sponsored by First Mid-Bank and Trust on the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. See Dwayne Gully for all of your mortgage needs. First Mid is an equal housing lender. Phones fell. You see that we have a million cables over here.
That's why they invented cases.
And I got tangled up in about 900,000 of them.
Yeah.
Not only scared me, but scared everybody around me.
Do you remember the days when there were no phones and no iPads?
I do.
Thus no power cords wrapping around our ankles and our wrists and.
I do. I remember this big transmitter unit I used to have to carry around for home games. Called a Marty.
I'll tell you what, in a lot of ways, it's great, but in a lot of ways, a little part of me wishes it was just like it used to be.
Understandably so.
It's about a 50-50.
$44-0 the score. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line for the Rams. Clock stopped at 8:19. A Cahokia timeout, up 44-0. Or was it a Ram timeout? I may be unfairly blaming Cahokia. If it's on the Rams, that's okay.
Got a flag.
But a throw deep into the end zone looks like it's picked off by the Comanches, but a flag should negate it. Rams may have called that timeout. I'm sorry, Cahokia.
I think they may have.
Because now that I remember, they pointed.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you calling a timeout up 44-0?
I believe this penalty is going to be on Mount Vernon.
Okay.
The Mount Vernon offense running off the field.
So it'll be Cahokia with the football. Touchback to the 20 after the interception in the end zone. And that's a great pick by the Comanches. 8:09 mark of this fourth quarter. 44-0 the score.
Yeah. And again, Evan League just trying to make something happen there. That's all. I don't blame him a bit for that. I mean, he's just trying to get that ball in the end zone and try to make something positive happen. And it just didn't work out. So it is better to try and fail than not try at all. And that's what he did right there. And it just didn't quite work. But he's trying to end this game on a positive, and you can't blame him for that.
8:09 left in the fourth quarter. It's 44-0 Cahokia.
I guess there wasn't a penalty because there was no yardage walked off.
Could have declined it.
Even though could have. I didn't see any official signal.
I haven't seen much mechanics with regard to that at all tonight.
And there's one. And we have another penalty, and that one's going to be on Cahokia. First, somebody jumped a little early.
But more than likely be 1st and 15 from the Comanche 15.
It's Cahokia's 7th penalty tonight.
7:40 mark of the fourth quarter. 44-0 Comanches. We'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show following this one. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac offers the best trade values and service after the sale. If you're ready, they would love to have you as a customer. Shop the lot or online at schmidtchevrolet.com. It'll be Lyons and Harvey split to the left side. 2 on the right for the Comanches. Bradley, the quarterback, under center. Steve Coleman is his running back. And it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Nice spin to avoid a tackle. Got to the 20, lost the football. Picked it back up again, gets to the 15. Bulldozes his head on the way to the, I said 15, meant 25, to the 26.
There was a penalty there. They started on the 15, didn't they?
Yep.
5-yarder on Cahokia. Or, I'm sorry, 15. Yep, got it.
11-yard gain on the ground.
11 yards for
Stink. Stink Coleman.
Goes to 125 yards on the ground tonight. He's had a nice night.
Certainly has. We'll have your 3 stars of the game coming up in our Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post game. Those 3 stars presented by your Mount Vernon Culver. Stink Coleman going to get the carry. Tried to stretch the. Actually, no, he tried to go to the right sideline. There's a flag in the backfield as he gets to the 35. It's about 37. But the yellow cloth on the field is going to have something to say about it.
Okay. Cahokia's 8th penalty of the night. Now we'll be looking at what about a second and.
Get quick care for you and your family at SSM Healthcare Clinics. It's wellness that works with your schedule right here in Mount Vernon. As we're in the SSM Health broadcast booth from Ken Hunt Stadium. Cahokia 44, your Rams nothing so far. Another Comanche penalty will push them back. It'll be second and JV baseball field here for Cahokia.
Yeah, about second and 15. Clock continues to run down to 5.5.
Bradley, the quarterback, racing now off a curl to this near side, looking to get a pass deep downfield. That's to Harvey at about the 35. Has it. Cuts back across the hash at about the 20. 15, looking far corner. 10-5, touchdown. That is an 85-yard pass.
Wow.
To Harvey. His second score of the night. He has 106 yards unofficially on 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. As Jameek Harvey comes up with a big grab there. 50-0. And the Comanches have scored 100 points the past 2 weeks.
Yes, they have. And I can see why. They have got some athletes. However, they are 1 for 6 on extra points.
Yep.
No, much more than that. 7, 8.
1 for whatever.
I can't even, yeah. 1 for 8. Sorry, 1 for 8.
Yep.
Now
2.
Now 2.
2 for 8. 25% success rate. As Stink Holman runs it in for a deuce, it's 52-0.
2 for 8.
So Cahokia will kick off, and the Rams will have the football here late in the fourth quarter. 5:07 mark. Running clock game. Have to stop the clock when they score, however. And for timeouts. As we await the kickoff from Isaiah Sanders. Back to return for the Rams will be Garrett. Well, he'll be the deep man. Baird, Lash, Rios also out there. Lash, Verdon, Randall. Takes a bounce. Garrett picks it up off a hop at about the 23. Between the hashes at the 30. Goes backward to about the 27. All right.
All right, clock running again. It shouldn't be long now before the game's over.
Rams will have it 1st and 10 from their own 26.
And the thing about Cahokia, with only 21 or 22 kids over there dressed, is, you would think they would be, substituting some younger kids, some second teamers, third teamers, but, they really don't have the luxury of that. If you look out there, some of these kids have played. Some of them, I say not all of them. He's got some kids in there who haven't, but there's some kids who've had to play the whole game just because of the numbers.
Taylor will get the carry as the running back. Right up the middle to about the 29. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 will drop below the 4-minute mark here. Rams trailing 52-0. Streaming tonight, presented by Red Lake College. They'll present it again next week when the Rams host Centralia. Will be same radio station, same web address, same app. AM 940, 96.5 FM. WMIXSports.com, Section 618 app. Sage Taylor out of the eye. He'll take the sack. Broken play, and the sack will take him to the 25 as Sage Taylor into the game at QB. 3:20. .310 remains. Taylor not paying attention, but it was picked up by Foster. I mean Taylor, pardon me. And there's a late flag. That's just a play that did not end well.
No, that's a loss. A loss of yards. Again, you lost 2 or 3 there. That's on Cahokia. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Cahokia, and that's going to go for 15, and that will be a first down.
And we'll drop below the 2:22 mark here of this fourth quarter. It'll be 1st and 10. And we will drop below the 2-minute mark. Taylor, the quarterback, under center. Back is Gabe Taylor, and now this back carry will go right up the middle, still fighting for yardage.
Good boy.
To about the 43.
Still running hard. Got up about a 7-yard gain, looks like.
And there's not much left of this one. 52 zip Cahokia, minute 38 left to go. We'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show following this one. Mountford and Culver's 3 stars of the game.
There's a first down for the Rams. Gabe Taylor again for about a 5-yard gain. That moves the sticks. 1st and 10 Rams. One minute.
Less than a minute to play. 52-50. 52-0, pardon me. Wishful thinking. Quarterback is Sage Taylor under center. Different back into the game now. 37 seconds left. It'll be a pitch to the right side. That's Garrett. Pardon me. I don't know how I did not realize that's Mr. Garrett out of the backfield. Fighting for yardage on the near sideline. Gets to about the 49. Late flag. It'll actually end up as a loss.
Looks like you lost a yard there, right? 2 yards, actually.
Did. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is the clock stopped?
9.3 seconds left. Not sure. Timeout. Timeout's presented by First Mid Bank and Trust, the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Are they going to run it?
Well, that's going to be our final score tonight. The Cahokia Comanches 52. The Mountford and Rams 0. We'll come back to your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Where's your playground?
This is where it's at.
The end of the road is where the real fun begins during the Jeep celebration event at Holtzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois.
Oh, and the adventure begins again.
Adventures never run free. Make memories with every mud pit and rocky terrain. Earn that post-trip car wash.
Jeep hair, don't care.
Get your new Jeep Life at Holtzhauer's Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois. Where's your playground? When you have a new Jeep, it's anywhere you want.
Do you have a minor illness or injury? Get quick care at SSM Health Express Clinics. With locations in Centralia and Mount Vernon, they offer quality medical care that works with your schedule. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7, and Sunday, 8 to 2. The Express Clinic in Mount Vernon and the primary care in Centralia are COVID-19 drive-through testing centers. To schedule an appointment, visit ssmhealth.com/quickcare.
Your time is valuable. You don't have time to call around to places and get insurance quotes or go online and enter all your info just for a robot to tell you someone will contact you shortly. So frustrating. Hall Insurance Group in Mount Vernon can help. They're an independent insurance agency, so they shop from multiple carriers to find the best policy for you. Call Hall Insurance today at 244-7500 or visit them on Facebook or at 1006 Main in downtown Mount Vernon. Hall Insurance Group, because there's a difference between having insurance and actually being insured.
In today's environment, being able to do all of your banking from home is not only convenient, but a necessity. People's National Bank makes it easy for you to do your banking without actually going to the bank. From online banking, mobile banking, free mobile deposit, to transferring funds and paying bills, it's easy and convenient for you to do your banking all from your mobile phone or computer. Get started by going to peoplesnationalbank.com to sign up for online banking today. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. 1, 2, 3. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
Not in the cards tonight for the Mount Vernon Rams. They fall on homecoming night to the Cahokia Comanches. Final score, Cahokia 52, the Rams nothing. Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside Zach Mattmiller in the SSM Health broadcast booth. Back at the Mount Vernon studio is Brock Myers tonight, your WMIX Sports team. We're on social media at WMIX Sports. Find our app, the Section 618 app, on the Apple App Store or Google Play. We'll take a break on this Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll come back with some scoring and stats and some more talk on this one. As the Rams fall to 1-4, Cahokia improves to 3-1. 52-0 your final score. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
The Digestive Health Team at Crossroads Specialty Clinic is dedicated to providing, diagnosing, and treating digestive diseases. If you have abdominal pain, bloating, or burning in your stomach, schedule an appointment right away, and our team will diagnose and treat your digestive health concerns, from heartburn and acid reflux to colon health and weight loss surgery. The Digestive Health Team is here to care for you. Schedule today with the Crossroads Digestive Health Team by calling 318-532-6337.
Find out what Wren Lake College could do for your future. Drop by RLC Showcase April 22nd in Mount Vernon. Representatives from the college will showcase programs that lead to high-paying jobs in industries with a ton of demand for workers. Meet with their Skills Center staff to earn your GED, write a great resume, and plan a career. Tackle scholarships and financial aid. Learn about kids' summer camps, apprenticeships, childcare, and transportation. 1 to 8 p.m. April 22nd at the Roland Lewis Building in Mount Vernon. Visit rlc.edu/outreach for more information.
Streaming worldwide on the Section 618 app. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and the Section 618 app tonight as the Mount Vernon Rams fall to the Cahokia Comanches to the tune of 52-0. Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside for this one, as it was not the night of nights for the Mount Vernon Rams, and Jeff, probably part of their demise was the 5 touchdown passes from Chris Bradley.
Boy, yeah, you're not kidding. And, he put on a show tonight. And, it was just, he was definitely, a force to be reckoned with out there, both with his legs and with his arm. And then when you throw in, an effective running game that, they got from Holman and that's just, it's a deadly combination. It's like in basketball when you got a good post player and you got a good three-point shooter. You got to guard them both, and sometimes that's very difficult. And in football, you just don't know what's coming. They can attack you so many different ways through play action, and you got to honor that run. And then, they're so fast they can run by you, and it was a tough matchup tonight for Mount Vernon. But they played till the end and had a chance down there in the end, got it close to score touchdown, didn't quite work out, but they didn't quit. They didn't lay down. And I think at this point, you got to take some positives away from that because, again, there's a winnable game coming up, I think, next week. Next week should be a very good, very competitive football game, in my opinion, between Mount Vernon and Centralia. I think that'll be a good one. So a good week of practice, put this one behind you, and try to get you a win next week.
No doubt about that. We'll talk more coming up on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon, or schedule your service appointments and view their inventory at schmidtchevrolet.com. When we come back, it's scoring and stats and your Mount Vernon Culver's 3 stars of the game This is Rams football from WMIX Sports in the Section 618 app.
Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois offers urgent care orthopedic visits for acute sprains and strains, joint pain, sports injuries, and possible fractures. No need to wait to schedule an appointment. You can be seen the same day. Just come to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon and visit one of our highly trained physician assistants or nurse practitioner. Please call 618-242-3778 or visit them on the web at orthocentersi.com.
Never had a Culver's Butterburger? Here are the 3 things you'll want to remember. Fresh, never frozen beef. Seared after you order. Crowned with a lightly buttered, toasted bun. I guess that's why the #1 reaction to eating a Culver's Butterburger is, whoa, that is some burger.
Welcome to Delicious. And your new favorite are seared after you ordered Culver's Butterburger.
Culver's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Culvers 3 stars of the game are next.
Final here tonight from Ken Hunt Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School. The Cahokia Comanches 52. The Mount Vernon Rams nothing. Marion beats Centralia tonight 42-24. Don't have a final from Carbondale-Altoff yet. Carbondale is winning that one handily at 1 point. See if we can't get a quick update on that one for you. Carbondale beats Altoff 37-6. So, Marion, Cahokia, Carbondale, your winners tonight in the South 7. I'm Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside for this Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show, and we do have some stats of this one.
We do. For Mount Vernon, the rushing statistics go like this. Evan Leake led all rushers. He had 11 carries for 72 yards. Navante Nesbitt had 4 carries for 1 yard. Gabe Taylor came in. Excuse me, that wasn't Gabe. That was Sage. Sage Taylor came in and had 3 carries for 10 yards. Anthony Lash had 4 carries for 20 yards. Gabe Taylor had 5 carries for 12 yards. And Marcus Garrett had 1 carry but did not gain any yards. As a team, Mount Vernon rushed 28 times for 113 yards. Evan Leake was 8 for 19 with 2 interceptions and 121 total yards through the air and no touchdowns. Rams were penalized 10 times tonight for 80 yards. And for Cahokia, they were led in rushing by Stink Holman. He had 15 rushes for 125 yards. Chris Bradley, the quarterback, rushed 6 times for 23 yards. Xavier Mix rushed once for 2. And Javiano Howard rushed 1 time for 32 yards. They rushed the ball a total of 23 times for 182 yards on the ground. Chris Bradley had just one of the best nights I've seen from a high school quarterback in some time. He was 20 for 26 for 407 yards. Now, that's unofficial, but it's pretty close. And 5 TDs tonight. Cahokia was penalized 9 times for a total of 80 yards, and the Cahokia Comanches come away 52-0 winners tonight versus the Mount Vernon Rams.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a tough night for the Rams. We have nothing left to do but our Mount Vernon Culver's 3 stars of the game. Yeah, easier.
We didn't talk about that.
We did not.
I know Evan Leake's got to be 1.
Evan Leake's probably your number 3 star. To be completely honest, they don't have to all be from Mount Vernon. I think Bradley's worthy of your number 2 star.
There's no doubt about that.
And for me, I'm going to go outside the box on you to the number 1 star of the game. And Miguel Rios is a guy who I thought stepped up. That a lot of people don't necessarily get to see everything that he does, but had a big pick in the end zone on a PAT.
Yeah, certainly, absolutely. I would go along with that. He was well deserving. He played hard the whole game. Played hard when he was in there, and hopefully he's okay and we'll come back and help this team, get a victory next week. We saw Centralia got beat tonight playing against Marion. So we just need everybody to be healthy and play with great effort and practice well this week. And again, you get a win next week. You got 2 wins. And, it's a good starting point, going forward. So let's hope for the best for the Rams. And but tonight we just got beat by a better team, and Chris Bradley was fantastic, and the Mount Vernon Rams aren't the only team that would have got victimized tonight by Chris Bradley. He was just super. So got to just forget about this one, move on, and keep making progress.
Absolutely. Rams fall 52-0. Coach, any final thoughts?
Nope. Go Rams. Just like I said, let's get a good week of practice in and be glad we're playing, and let's try to finish off strong. We got one game left or two, Chris.
One game.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So try next week is it?
Next week's is a finishing touch. So if we could get a win next week, that would be an excellent thing to build on going into the offseason for the coaches.
Until then, until Monday for Mount Vernon Rams baseball. For Jeff Lonan, for Zach Matt Miller, for Brock Myers, for all of us at WMIX Sports, I'm Chris Hugo. Final score in the King City, the Cahokia Comanches 52, the Mount Vernon